Welcome back to Rimworld. My name is Pat Clear, and the March of Civilization has officially begun for, Cosme, Lucy, and Jackson here in, this particular tile. Yeah, we're doing one of these series of gens, and I guess the, gimmick for this one is, well, let's just say we have some dinosaurs to worry about, and, if you want to follow along at home, we're doing this on a, grassland style that has the eastern secluded cove with the seed beam safety and a 50% coverage. Well, I think the first thing we're going to have to do is get the first little hut that we're going to be living in set up. Maybe down over here. So let's see now. 9x9 should do the trick. Like so, and then a steel door. Because I don't want this hut burning down. And get some storage join. At least one rat. And then some beds. And oh yeah, pass out the weapons. Lucy can have that, bolt action. Jackson can have, that one. And of course, they all get bolt actions. Well, let's get the research bench up and running. First things first. I think the first thing on the list to research is batteries. Just try to find them on this, battery. Ah, here they are. Then solar panel. And then, I think, all the way up to gas operation. And mortars. Gotta have the mortars. Always the mortars with me. Road clothing. Carpet mating. Devil strand. Fishing. Because we can actually do a lot of that here on this tile. And of course microelectronics, because I won't need to speed rush armor this time around. And of course we have a method structure showing up, where? And is it going to be an issue? You know what? I'll just deal with it anyways, even if it's not an issue. Well, not an issue right now. Just like that. And oh yeah, I kind of forgot about the entertainment situation, so let's make the horseshoe pin down over here. Well, I think Devotion's Boulder is fine for the colony name. South Midland is fine for the fashion. Unless anybody in the comment section has any better ideas. That doesn't just boil down to fashion, but fashion face, of course. And that's battery research completed, so that's straight. Oh boy, that's the first strat. Where is it? Or them? Worm. Shooting 18, double passion, melee 16, single passion, and capable of skilled labor, dumb labor, caring, social, and intellectual. Psychopath great memory. Oh dear. Well, I guess, Runner Gun is probably gonna save the day here. Because, well, Worm just has a knife. We have bolt actions. Really? You're gonna set fire to our, wooden horseshoe pin? Boo! Boo hiss. Also, don't stand behind each other. And they're downed. So, let's yoink the knife. So, they're not a threat. And also, we can sell it later, even though it's probably not gonna be for very much money. Oh well, it is what it is. Well, that's the solar panel research completed, so that's great. And we have the first mental break from, Cosme. Days! The first draw was ate raw food! Yeah, we're trying to fix that issue. Well, looks like we got some new lovers. Jackson and Cosme. Oh yeah, I never introduced the religion, Zenyan way. And since meat is blood, and proselytizing is frequent, research speed is fast. And of course we got a whole bunch of dances that will, just give us a 50% chance of, having a new recruit. For all of them. And that's the smithing research completed, so that's straight. Oh boy, malaria for Cosme. Who's not the medic? Good. Oh boy, a flash arm, how fun. And this is why I didn't build out of wood. Normally I'd recommend, building it out of granite or some kind of stone that you have on the map, but well, I have a mod on it that, makes it so that steel doesn't burn. Because that's apparently a thing in, vanilla Rimworld, apparently. Well, Cosme is gonna be fine from, the malaria that, she had. And now we have to deal with the, Simbatubs. Or maybe not. It's always the Simbatubs. Seriously, why is it always, the Simbatubs? And that's machining research completed, so that's great. Right. I just encased the base in a steel wall, so that should hopefully deal with the, Simbatub issue for now. Well, that's a blowback operation research completed and a... Nope. Filter. I don't know how to say that. Yeah, that's self-tamed. It's this thingy, right here. That's the first dinosaur pet. Ankylosaurus relative, apparently. 'Tis the season for food poisoning, and yeah, that's probably gonna be a thing for the foreseeable future since, both of my chefs are... Well, let's just put it lightly, just starting out, on their cooking careers. So let's just say they're not gonna be up to snuff for right now. Well, it's, another days for Cosme. The found straw is ugly environment. Well, that's lovely. There's a psychic on, it's slow, ain't that the man? And oh yeah, we finished up the, gas operation research, a little while ago. We're working on the mortars now, so that's great. Well, looks like Cosme rejected Jackson. Well, looks like we have a gift. Straightforward normal quality. Okay. Yoink! Cosme's off on another day. The pound straw was recreation surprise. I should build them a chess table. One granite, and it's going inside. Because why not? With some wooden chairs. I didn't think we even had enough ambrosia for an ambrosia bench to fire up, but no, well, here we are. Recreation surprise was the final straw. And we can now build our own mortars. If only I had the reinforced barrels for them. But I don't. And that's the noble clothing research completed. Well, Jackson goes off on the first food binge I've seen this, Connie. The final straw was, my proposal was rejected by Cosme. Well, looks like this rate, puts a bad time to show up for them. Mostly because we have a livestock trader in town. I think the livestock trader gets to deal with the raiders, especially since they're gonna end up meeting it. Anyways. Mostly because the raider is down here and the, livestock trader is going that way. So... I think I'm just gonna stick my head in the sand and pretend that problem doesn't exist because, for me, it really doesn't. That's somebody else's problem. Well, looks like the livestock traders are moving in to engage. Yeah. They definitely met. And the raider regretted his, well, their life choices. Well, that's the round clothing research completed. On to the carpets. And that's the carpet making research completed, so that's great. Well, looks like we didn't make the double strand variants of the, round clothing if I had the space for it. Which I don't. Yet being the operative word there. And that's sufficient research completed, so on to microelectronics. I did, with the double press the confirm button for microelectronics. And yeah, the carpet research also does that. I don't know why either. Must be a bug or something. Well, I think the hologram trash might have its first victims. Even though it's just 3 editing with a couple of gloves and a knife or something like that. It could also be the other way around. Who cares? But just to be safe, I'm still gonna send out my colonists. Really? You geniuses? We had a perfectly good hologram trash there. Well, fiddlesticks. Alright, you little dinosaur, go, after ally. Now go after, tail. Please. Or not. Or just go after the closest one. Okay, now they're fleeing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm yakking right now. I hope we can down it. For lunch. Anyways, that takes care of that. Well, now I've got some holes in my base that I had to plug. With something. Maybe sandstone. For now. Alright, oh yeah, Lucy was the, builder too. Right, before you can get to the hospital, you get to plug the holes, Lucy. Oh well, you're not doing too badly anyways. It's just a bruise to the right leg. Well, there's a Dunbar on the map. I hope another Modian incident doesn't happen. Well, I sent the pet in to attack the Dunbar. Might not have been a great idea. Oh well, it's a idea, just not the best one. Start leaving. And just get the Dunbar to chase the animal around. Wait, no, alright, Dinosaur, go back to beating the Dunbar over the head. Oh well, at least this time, we got multiple weapons pointed at the Dunbar for self-defense, you see. How's it doing anyways? Oh, that's in 7 hours. It's down. Everybody can go back home. Finish off the Dunbar so we don't have another incident. And that takes care of that. And hauling the Dunbar to the freezer so it can be processed down for lunch at some point. Well, looks like we have a mad rhino to deal with. I hope it runs straight into the Hollywood traps. Where is it anyways? Oh, all the way down over here. And it's not even a rhino, it's an Anthroporeus, or however you pronounce this. As long as they don't go down there, it should be fine. Cosme's turn for a food binge. The final straw was ugly environment. I think I should start growing some cotton somewhere. Or devil strand, or maybe both. The real question is do I even have enough stone to extend the wall? Probably. If I just make it out of granite and... not double that. Cedum width. Wait, never mind. I guess I only have enough stone if I make it out of sandstone. But I don't want to do that. So let's just gather up all these granite chunks and haul them to base and get them processed down into stone blocks. Oh yeah, gun turrets. Let's research those. Jackson's turn for a food bench. The final straw was my proposal was rejected by Cosme. And that's the gun turrets research completed, so that's right. Do I have enough for the high-tech research bench? No, I do not. Well, we have another raid, and they're attacking immediately. So let's hope I have enough machine pistols ready to deal with this nonsense. Alright, oh, it's just some, melee weapons. Okay. I think I've got enough machine pistols for all of them. Yep, definitely have enough firepower for them. They got the memo. David, how you doing? I'm Will, Twin Sleeper, Night Owl, Waster, sidetrack dependency kind of, well, let's just say, ruins the colonist a bit for me since I'm not set up for sidetrack dependency. And Cosme goes off on the first tantrum in this, colony, denying joining. Was it final straw? I guess that one was on me. And the only casualty of that, tantrum was a in-wall vent, which should be quickly replaced. And that's the robotics fundamentals research completed, so that's nice. All colonists report to the, front lines. We got hostiles incoming. And it's, Moana to fire home. Okay. Right, so we just, fended off that raid. And it actually went pretty well. We annoyed him animal during it, though. And that's how you ended up with this, dinosaur being downed. Anyways, that's Cosme's job to deal with. Well, looks like we have acquired our next dinosaur pet. Orthocoreus 1. Yeah, the animal, slashing and his tail is, looking pretty slim. And that's the robotics and pelagic research completed, aka the Tier 1 robots. Well, that's the better bot research completed, so that's great. And that's the hollow robot research completed, so that's great. And that's the cleaner robot research completed, so that's great. Well, let's finally offload some stuff to the combat supplier that's in orbit right now. Oh boy, it's a Blight, and I don't have the heal route because I don't think that spawned. At least not that I can tell. Where does it say that? It's right over here. There's literally one in my base. Never mind. And that's a tractor robot research completed, so that's nice. And that's the ER bot research completed, so that's nice. Well, looks like we have a pack of 2-man hunting dinosaurs. I think this is a Lucy issue. Besides, she's kind of already out. And we have a method structure. I know she can take care of that while she's still out. And about, I guess Cosme wants to join in with the fun. Right, one's down. Don't get in each other's way. And the other's, well, offline to say the least. Finish that off, Cosme. Right, now you two. Time to go deal with the method structure before it becomes an issue. From there, please. And that should take care of that. And of course we didn't get anything. Why wouldn't we get anything? And that's a kitchen robot research completed, so that's great. And no way, the first holler bot has been completed, so that's also great. Well, looks like Jackson is run off on a tantrum. The foul straw was darkness. Cosme's turn for a mental break. The foul straw was no converter. I guess I better go figure that one out, since that's for the religious stuff. I guess Cosme and Jackson were the ones who got into a bit of a social spat over that one. I guess it is what it is, especially since Jackson was the Tawny doctor, so that's not good. I should probably make a new one. And by a new one, I mean some ER bots to help out the doctor. Well, all colonists report for active combat duty. We got ourselves inbound. And they're attacking immediately, so hopefully we can get them through the hallway of traps. You get inside the base. And just get ready to help. Well, they get the memo and just oh, they're going after the animal. Oops. Well, that's on me. I wonder if I can have Lucy pop out for a little bit. And just convince him to go after somebody else. We'll just remind them that we have a hallway of traps for them to go through. Well, the animal's down, so that's kind of a bummer. Well, that lined you up quite a bit, or softened you up, as the proper saying is. Alright, so apparently that was enough damage to convince him to leave. Good! Cosme. You can have that machine pistol that the enemy raiders was kind enough to give us. Are any of these any good to add to the Connie? No. Volatile, lazy, not really. Dumpling, nimble, fast learner. Ooh, hey. Jackson, that's on you. Hippity hoppity, we found our 4th colonist. Anyways, convert. No, I think it's time to get the, Connie leader for the religion stuff. So who's the best at social? Technically that's Lucy. Because, Cosme doesn't do it and Jackson is, let's just say a beginner in the social skill. So I guess, Lucy gets to do it. Begin roll change. Lucy can have the spot. Begin. Alrighty then, that takes care of you. Start ordering for the prisoner, Lucy, whenever you're able to. Well, Lucy just went off on a sadistic rage. And not anymore, she didn't. And I just about forgot about the, pet. Well, I guess we can't do anything with the pet. You know, Johnson is the handler. And that's mostly because, the stuff that needed to be done is already done. Okay. And I guess the prisoner ended up being the target of, Lucy's sadistic rage. And the final straw for that was insulted. And now we're dealing with the heat wave. I hope the air conditioning is up to the task of dealing with that mess. Well, looks like Cosme is off on a tangent. The final straw was innocent prisoner died. Well, so much for that, colonist. And of course, the target, is random furniture items and things. You know what? I think I'm just gonna release this one back to the wild. And of course, it immediately went mad when I did that. I guess Lucy gets to sort this issue out. And that's the issue sorted out. I think I might actually need a ER bot instead of the holler bot. Well, looks like we got hostiles inbound that are attacking immediately, so Johnson gets the pump shotgun and Cosme gets the auto pistol. Lucy, go report to the front lines. We are going to be dealing with some, nasty people soon. Hopefully I can convert one of them to being my friend. And of course, slot the robots inside of Area 1. Oh, I see we lost a, robot. Well. And never mind. I guess they all went to the Hall of Traps. Good. Lazy body purist for, neurons. Great memory, slow learner, day. Alright. Ezron. Johnson, that's your job. Stabilize and capture. Well, I think I grabbed the wrong prisoner. Yep. Release, Lucy. I guess I can, recruit 2 prisoners at once. So yeah, I guess we are getting, hands-on after all. Especially after I grabbed the wrong prisoner. Oh well. Oh boy, Sensory Magenites. Neurons, and, Neurons also has an infection. Well, the, Hazron has sadly passed. Jackson is off on an insulting spree. The final straw was innocent prisoner died. And it has Cosme and Jackson had a bit of a social spat. I wonder what for. Cosme insulted Jackson's learning ability. This drove Jackson into a rage and he began to fight. Okay. Well, we're not getting, neurons either because, well, infection happened. Well, looks like Cosme is going off on a food binge. Wanna bet it's because of the, prisoner issues we've been having? Nope. Insulted was the final straw. Well, I think we had the first, massword pad, and it's an engraving of the furniture illustrates, Jackson, capturing Dumpling as, they reads on the ground. Jackson is holding Dumpling in a joint lock. The overall composition is triangular. This depiction tells the story of Dumpling being captured by Jackson on the 10th of April, May, 5501. Well, Jackson is off on a food bench. The final straw was innocent prisoner died. Okay. Alright, let's get some more researching going. Can I research any good armor yet? Services, no. That's a bummer. So I guess I'll take the auto cannon turret. Any hospital bed? Multi-analyzer. Because then he did the good armor after that. Out of doors. What else to do? Oh yeah, harder components. And Lucy goes off on a crisis of belief. The Faustra was in intense pain. Well, I can now make my own autocannon turret, so that's right. And now you have a mad mastodon to worry about. Lovely! I guess I better start making more machine pistols. Autonomous report to the front lines. We're about to have, never mind. I guess we're about to have mastodon for dinner. And just like that, the stereo materials have been researched, so I guess we're partway there to the hospital, if I wanted to build one. And that's the hospital bed research completed, so that's straight. Well, that, Blight to the cotton plants was the last thing we needed. Oh well, Cosby took care of it. And now our pet is dealing with the plague. So I hope the doctors are up to that challenge. Well, looks like we've got hostiles inbound. So I think I'm just gonna let Lucy finish up her lunch. I just prepared for combat, so I guess that means Lucy gets some more machine pistols. And report to the front lines now. Well, never mind on the whole fighting the enemies. Mostly because they choked on the hallway of traps. Which is what they were supposed to do. Well, first it was a raid, now it's a manhunt part. Anyways, I think this is a lock the doors and pretend the outside world doesn't exist. Because right now, functionally speaking, it doesn't. So, that's what we're going to be doing to survive this. And of course, we had enough traps for them. And now there's an affair between Johnson and Lucy. Johnson is apparently married to Sky, who is not present. Anyways, I think I'll put the marriage spot behind the rice field. Well, I guess we can now build the wall-mounted multi-analyzer, so that's right. And that's mostly because it opens up some more options for armor. So let's start researching them. If I can even find them. Because I want marine armor. Oh wait, that's fabrication. And I guess I had to unpause the game for a little bit. Because now I can research marine armor, so that's great. And that's the auto-door research completed, so that's great. And Lucy has decided to hide in their room. The Faustra was serious pain. I wonder why. Let's just see. Cutworms. Well, looks like Lucy and Cosby had a bit of a social spat. Let's just see why. Lucy derided Cosby's opinions. Okay. And that's the harder components research completed, so that's straight. On to fabrication. And I guess we can put advanced fabrication after marine armor. And then omni-robotics and then advanced nuclear power after that. Well, looks like we have the first Metroid cluster. The problem is that I don't have any way of, producing biofuel. Well, let's go fix that issue. Assuming I can find the, biofuel refinery. Yep. Well, we're also dealing with the plague. Lucy and Johnson both have the plague. And we have some turtle pods. 21 pouches survival meals. How generous. Well, that's biofuel refining research completed, so that's straight. I guess the biofuel refinery can just go in by the battery bank. And that's the fabrication research completed, so that's straight. Well, let's finally get the chem fill up and running. Do until you have like 100 or something like that. Well, looks like Johnson and Lucy are getting married. And the Metroids have just stated. Oh well, it is what it is. Besides, I don't think they're going to survive, the modern cannonball. Not on one, of course. And besides, they're just scythers. We can just run a ring around them, and there's nothing they can do about it. Ooh, hey, comment supplier. Shame I don't have enough money, for the motors. Lucy, that is your job. Go procure the money from the hoarder traders by selling us some formal vests. Now let's see if we can acquire at least 3 reinforced barrels. Let's see now. 1. Nope, can't even afford 1. Without selling some gold, that is. I think 200 should do the trick. Right, so that's the first mortar built. Let's get some high explosive shells up and running. Go until you have like 100. Well, looks like we have a water who wants to join. Pepper, best at mining, still level 10. You know what, sure. A volley, I think. Yep, a volley. Underground tortured artist, kind dot it. Where are you coming in from? Okay, you're coming in from the safe, direction. So you're gonna make it to the colony safely. Alright. And we just had the first, unimpressive bare truth. Oh well, it is what it is. And Pepper immediately goes off on a tantrum. The final straw was Lucy tried to convert me. Rip, cleaner base station. Oh well, it is what it is. I guess I'll just make another one. So yeah, I guess, Pepper gets to make the cleaner bot. And we had an unforgettable, yes of truth, even though, Cosme and Lucy got into a bit of a social spat. Oh well. And now we're getting a proper mat time raid. Coming in from up top. Alright. And now the mat type is attacking. Oh, Pepper, you... I guess that's on me for not locking you behind Area 1. Oh well. It is what it is. All colonists report to the active front lines. We got hostiles inbound. And that poor Butterbot is gonna let him in. Fiddlesticks. Or maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon. Good. Let him bash out the door a little bit. Because, goodness knows we don't have enough space for an active defense. Maybe I should just expand up north. And that takes care of that right anyways. Well, looks like we are going to be having a new person join the colony soon. Milla, best at animals, still level 15. A Roman therapist. Let's see where you're coming in from. Oh no, I have to do this one delicately. Alright, nice and easy now. Alright, so we annoyed a single scyther. Jackson. And Cosme. You're going to go save, Milla from that scyther. Mostly because you have all this firepower. Just keep moving. Well, Milla's down. And so is the scyther. Stabilize. And then... Do we really not have a bed for you? I guess we don't. So let's go fix that. And then rescue. Oh no, the Metronoids are coming whether we like it or not. Lucy, get out here. Well, didn't think I'd be dealing with the Metronoids this early. Oh well, at least we're dealing with it. Right, so, how's, Milla doing? Detonate. Not good. Lucy. Right, you're coming. Maybe it's time for some more agility. Right, so that's the Metronoids, that was. Now I just have to destroy the rest of the Metronoid cluster. Well, I hope this goes well for me. And that takes care of the Metronoid cluster. Well, looks like we've got man mastodons to deal with. Not everybody inside of Area 1 and pretend the issue doesn't exist because Punchy's waiting for us. Right now, it doesn't. And oh yeah, we finished up the research for the return armor. Well, it was bound to happen at some point. I guess it's time for the colony's first infestation. And I think it's coming in from up there. Milla. Go get some machine pistols. Right now that everybody has a weapon, and it's going straight after our pet dino. Well, let's put a stop to that and provide some support to the dino. And now there goes Jackson's bed. Lovely. Oh well, I guess he can have one of the many other beds. Well, at least the meta spider went down. Well, that ends the hive infestation, so that's great. And the only casualties are a bite to Jackson's torso that's only minorly bleeding. And Milla also gets a bite to her torso. So all in all, we didn't do too badly in that infestation. I hope that trend continues. Looks like our pet dino is gonna be fine, so that's great. Well, looks like we get to deal with another raid. Thankfully, it's one of those raids that will just sit around and let us shell them from afar, so that's great. Melee only too, so that's another great thing about that. Lock everybody inside of Area 1 and pretend the outside world doesn't exist right now. Let's see now. Lucy, you get to man the mortar. The singular mortar that we have. At least you have one. Well, looks like the raiders are going in on us. All combat capable personnel report to the front lines. We got hostiles incoming. And one of them made it through. Not for long though. That's for sure. How did he even get past the door? That's what I want to know. And there's about to be, well, let's just say a couple more prisoners in the colony. Hopefully I don't end up accidentally, well, handing them a game over to say the least. Oh, hey, Viper here is pretty good for this type of colony. Undergrounder. Shooting is doo-doo because Neanderthal. Mining 10, single passion, construction 5, single passion, cooking 5, single passion, and crafting 7, single passion. You know what, Viper? I think you get to live in the colony. So, Johnson, that is your job. Just gotta make sure you're unrestricted. Also because Johnson is the colony doctors. And oh yeah, Gray is gonna be shot a few times in the back. Just like that. Stabilize Viper. And then capture. Also, Kai, how are you doing? Oh, death in 4 hours. Undergrounder, Firekeeper. Hold on. I'm doing the wrong one. Jackson, actually. Stabilize Kai and then capture. Boy, I sure hope nothing goes wrong this time. So on that note, convert. Well, that's marine armor research completed, so we can now finally have some actual armor in this colony. What a novel concept. And this is the part where I realize, the marine armor takes advanced opponents. Well, I guess I have to research that. which is, funny enough, that's on the research tree. Well, Kai is fully healed, so that's great. How are you doing on the, conversion? 30%. Okay. Well, we successfully converted Kai, so that's great. Recruit. Well, let's just see what's, turned up for the Manhunter pack. Oh my. Paradons. 60 of them. Well, this is a kind of, lots of doors and pretend the outside world doesn't exist for right now because functionally speaking, it doesn't. Yeah, this is a Hollywood Traps issue. And also a all hands on deck issue. Because I don't think the Hollywood Traps we have right now is gonna be enough. Yep, sheer numbers made sure some of them lead through. Or maybe not. Milla decided to hide in the room. The Filestraw was tired. Okay, have fun, Milla. And now the Builderbot is fighting a Muffalo. And it's up to the Tauntauns to save the Builderbot. Well, that's downed. Oh well, that's just a bot. And now the Muffalo is down. I think we're going to be having some Muffalo lunch. And somehow the Builderbot survived that encounter with the Muffalo. And now it gets to just go back to its base station to be repaired. Well, looks like we can now make our own advanced opponents, so that's great. Well, Pepper went off on a tantrum. I wonder why. Tortured artist. Literally can't help you on that one, Pepper. Random things in a room is a target. Cosby's turn for a sad wonder. The final straw was observed rotting corpse. Okay. Oh, Tauntauns, report to the front lines. We've got hostiles inbound. And they're dropping in straight on top of us. How lovely. Except not really. Hopefully we've got enough firepower for this. Pepper, actually, you don't find a room to hide in. Yeah, I think the Builderbots are going to be the distraction for the raid. Anyways, they're fleeing now. Somebody deal with the mini grenade user. Just like that. Now, let's see if they're any good. Passer, Socrates doll, win. Double passion in animals and a skill level of 18. Double passion in construction with a skill level of 7. Shooting 8, double passion in plants 5, single passion. Fast learner, Socrates doll. Hippity hoppity, we have our next prisoner. Jackson, that's your job. Stabilize and capture. Well, looks like, Doge here is, dealing with the Dojo's attention. 16.1 days to recover, and I think that's how long, he's gonna be, cleaning his heels in prison. And yeah, the only actual casualty was, Lucy with, 3 gunshot wounds. 1 to the torso, 1 to the left arm, and 1 to the pelvis. And between you and me, I think that was mostly just friendly fire. Well, Kai has a plate now. And of course they have a conversion ritual going on. And it was a masterful one. And that's the Omni Robotics research completed, so that's great. Well, looks like Kai is making a run for it. Cosby, that's your job. Since you're literally right next to Kai. You, great big dummy. I'm talking about Kai. And just in case, I'm sending in Lucy too. And Kai's dealt with. And oh hey, that's geothermal power research completed, so that's great. And that's the advanced geothermal power research completed, so that's great. All Tauntauns report for active combat duty. We've got hostiles inbound. And also the first bit of marine armor has been made for, and Pepper is wearing it, so that's great. Let's see. You may have an LMG as the main weapon for you. Now that everybody is fully armed, I guess all the raiders are gonna go through the new and improved hallway of traps. And hopefully, well, Robot spoiled the entire thing. Nice job, robot. Rip Powerbot Tier 1 1. And they got the memo anyways. Or at least that batch of raiders dead. And I think they're just gonna come through the front door. Never mind. Well, it looks like Jackson, Lucy, and Pepper might all have the flu. Yep, it's the flu. And of course we get to deal with the present break at the same time. Alright, I guess Lucy gets to deal with Ty. Just go in on them. And Jackson gets to deal with Win here. Who's our editing friend. Don't shoot them, you goober. Thankfully, they all missed. Now that Win's down. You two can go back to whatever you were doing. No. Milla, you don't get to do that. Well, that's tied out with. Well, looks like we have a cycle chip that decided to show up. Fortunately for us, we've got mortars now. And of course they woke up. And it's this Jasnary's fault. Oh well, it is what it is. Lock the doors and pretend the outside world doesn't exist for right now because functionally speaking, right now, it doesn't. Well, looks like Pepper had a nasty incident with the spy trap that I put in outside of the prison cell's doors. Mostly to catch the prisoners until they decide to break out. And it also catches colonists that go off on sadistic rages that target the prisoners. So that's also another benefit. Looks like the drone was the final straw for Pepper. Well, looks like Lucy has recovered from the flu and has developed an immunity along with Johnson. And Pepper is on the way, doing exactly that. Alright, Lucy, I kinda need you to build some mortars. Right, I think it's high time to deal with the mechanoid threat. Hold fire. And just pass out the mortar orders. If I can. Like so. Right, so that's done. Set for started, target these sighted chip, and open fire. One more volley should do the trick. One more volley should do the trick. No? Seriously? And Cosby and Millen dozes off on a hiding room. Okay, that's the mechanoids provoked. Well, this is the part where I realized that I forgot to fill in some doors. Well, that stinks. Luckily, we can just force them into one-on-one confrontations. Like so. And also, they're already mostly dead anyways from the traps and the mortar strikes. So anyways, that takes care of the mechanoids. Well, one of our prisoners had a crisis of belief. Jojo's withdrawal was the final straw. And Kai has been fully recruited to the colony, so welcome aboard, Kai. And that's the advanced nuclear power plant research completed, so that's great. Oh boy, now we're dealing with sensory mechanites. Lucy and Milla. And that's the basic logic research completed for the robotics. So that's the tier 2 robots, I think. Yep, tier 2. And that's the heavy bridges research completed, so that's great. Well, looks like we got a mech raid to deal with. Lock the doors and pretend the outside world doesn't exist for right now because functionally speaking, it doesn't. Also, this is one of those raids that will just sit around and wait for you to shell it from afar. Alright, Ty, I need to get you some weapons for self-defense. I guess some machine pistols should do the trick. Although since I fixed up the hallway of traps, it should just run face first into that. But just to be safe, I'm gonna make sure, they're softened up first. Never mind, they're beginning their assault. Well, that's, kind of a pickle for us. Well, let's just see if, these, centipede blasters will make it past the hallway of traps. Survey says, kind of. At least, one of their loot did. 19 whole components, by the way. That's what made it past. So just to be safe, I'm gonna have my, never mind. I guess the hallway of traps was enough for that raid. Well, looks like we have another wanderer who wants to join, SAS. Best at medical still level 7. Okay. No health problems, so that's good. Neanderthal can't do violence, kind. I guess you get to be a, doctor since we actually kinda need one. You know what, let's toss a Siege Gun on to the, list of things to research along with, tier 3 robots. The shuttle. Gotta have a shuttle. Beam weapons, bionic replacements, you don't know when you're gonna need, those. And of course, endless progress. Well, looks like what we were throwing a party, was, thrown by Milla, and some party poopers decided to show up. We call on the bots. All Autonomous report for active combat duty that has, weapons. Sassy don't hide in the room. Yeah, Noda, the party got caught off. Pepper. I guess you can have a bolt attach, and if nothing else. Everybody else, go report to there. Since they aren't coming in from over here. And oh hey, they're fighting the, visitors. Well, I guess, the visitors were enough of a distraction that they just decided to leave. And I ran to the base. So that's great news for me. Because that means I don't have to, fight them. Because the war merchant, took care of that issue for me. Milla is off on a date. The final straw was outside the drone. And that's precision rifling research completed, so that's straight. Well, I guess we're gonna see why I, built those, traps. In front of the prison cells. Jackson, Lucy, get down here to contain them. In fact, I'm gonna make sure nobody gets to fire off their weapons. Sasa, go hide. Where did Kai go? Oh, right. We already recruited, Kai. My bad. Well, there goes, the prisoner. Well, Lucy went berserk. The final straw was recreation starved. I've got a new rat room that was literally just built just because of this. Oh dear. Cosmere, Jackson, and Milla. Don't say Butterbot, whatever number that happens to be. Melee attack. Butterbot tier 2-1. Literally the first one. Just a bonk Lucy over the head a couple of times. Just like that. Rescue. And that's the first advanced nuclear power plant research, building completed. So that's right, that I can, rip out the old solar panel and wind turbines now. Mostly because the, nuclear power plant over here is 20,000 watts of power all day, every day, no matter what. Well, looks like Jackson's dad has paid us a visit. Pepper, that is your job. To rescue. And that's micro furnace research completed, so that's straight. Well, that's research for the siege gun completed, so that's straight. Well, looks like we have some cows who want to join the colony. Problem is it, well, let's just say they're better off as, hamburgers, to say the least. Ooh, hey, it's Spinosaurus. Empty hoppity, yoink. And of course, Millen goes off on a daze. The final straw was serious pain. Okay. Well, looks like we've got a raid to deal with. It's, dropping in on top of us. So, Yeah, I think I might need to build some orbital trade beacons outside of the base at some point. Because that's generally how you can cheese this raid. Okay? Because, yeah, they generally tend to zero in on your orbital trade beacons, and if you have enough of them outside of your base, well, they tend to go for those instead. So let's just make a few. Alright, Sats, you go hide at the mountain base. That's what you can do. And fire it well. Mm-hmm. Well, looks like the colonists have arrived. And are dealing with the issue. I wonder if I'll be able to take some prisoners. Especially since I've somehow managed to force them into a one-on-one confrontation. So that's great for me. Not them. But who cares about what the raiders think? Why aren't you attacking? Oh, you need a main weapon. Okay, I see how it is. Go grab the LMG, Lucy. Well, time's down. And now they're playing. Good. Let him leave. Go rescue Kai. Shalette here seems like a pretty good colonist to take. Great memory, annoying voice, faculty dull, incapable of artistic, intellectual aid, develop passion, animals 10, single passion, plan 6, single passion, construction 7, single passion, and shooting 6, single passion. Yoink! I have, and that's colonist. Capture. And summon all the droids. Really? Especially since I now need a replacement for Kai. And Jackson, go stabilize Shalette, please. Well, that Shalette taken care of. Convert. Right, the sarcophagus for Kai. And picking granite, and he can go have a new home by the cotton farm. Well, the sarcophagus is built. It goes to Kai now. And that's the intermediate logic for the robotics research completed, so that's straight. And Lucy goes off on a tantrum. Random things in a room is the target. Elite expectations is the final straw. And yeah, Lucy was responsible for bringing over the prisoner, so, that's kind of awkward. Well, looks like we managed to recruit Spinosaurus, to the party. Yep, Spinosaurus won. Now, if only I could find a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Alright, let's do the, funeral for Kai. Now, let's see if, what this funeral will be. Lackluster! Go figure! Well, looks like we have Water who wants to join Blitz. Best stat animal is still level 9. Alright, let's go see, what your health is like. Oh, hey! Oh, health conditions, so that's good. Volatile, faculty dull. And of course, right as I send, Blitz out to the Dunbar decides to hunt Blitz. Oh, Johnson, that's, your job to sort out. And now it's Dunbar revenge. Well, Blitz is down. Alright, so the Dunbar is finally down. Finish off the Dunbar. We're having Dunbar burgers for, lunch at some point. Blitz is, back on his feet apparently. Or at least healthy enough to, meander his way over to his own, bed. Actually, Blitz, just take this bed instead. And that's a transport pod research completed, so that's straight. Well, looks like we have dill rot to deal with, but oh well. I don't get my food from the ocean. Well, I guess I forgot electric stone cutting. So let's throw that onto the research tree. Blight has gone off on a sad wonder. The file straw was serious pain. Okay. And that's the electric stone cutting research completed, so that's straight. And oh yeah, I wonder who wants to join, Asaki. Asaki was tragically eaten by a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Well, Autonomous report for the, to the infestation site. We got, hostile hives inbound. Oh dear. And of course the game is starting to chug. Well, let's hope this goes smoothly for us. Yeah, I think it's time to work on the strength of these colonists. Because right now, they were kind of lacking before I started leveling them up. Alright, time for you lot to start heading backwards. And kind of just go over here. Where have you been, Barlow Pelta? Actually, just stand over there. Oh, poor Cosme. Yeah, I think she's headed down. Which is kind of funny since she's maxed out on weapons. Alright, just get out of there. So far things are going smoothly. Right, so that takes care of most of them. Cosme, you head back to your, bedroom so you can be patched up. You three, however, had the privilege of dealing with the rest of this mess. Well, I hope that was enough. And now time for the last time. So that takes care of that. Pop the egg sack. Just like that. Alright, so I guess it's gonna be the builder bot's job to clean all of this up. Well, I guess Lucy has the privilege of cleaning out the last of the infestation for realsies this time. So that means the random hide that was left there, and of course eggs that are left over. And that takes care of that. Well, I can now make my own shuttles, so that's straight. Well, we have successfully converted a prisoner. Select. Alright, recruit. Well, that is post-charged munitions research completed, so that's straight. Well, looks like we have a pet muffalo now. Although I think I'm just gonna release it back to the wild. Well, looks like we have successfully recruited our prisoner friend, so that's straight. Autonomous report for active combat duty. We got hostiles inbound. Sass and Lit, go start harassing them with the mortars. Right, Sass can't do it. Again, because incapable of violence. So that means it's Shalett's job to handle that. Blitz, on the other hand, is going to be fully equipped with machine pistols. At least I hope so. Yeah, or I could just fall one short. Wait, I found a spare machine pistol, so that's straight. Let's see now. But it still helps Shalette with that job of harassing them with the mortars. Same with you, Johnson. So boy, I think there's some scary rockets in there. At least I think I saw somebody with a machine, with a triple rocket launcher. Or it could just be... No wait, here it is. Found the triple rocket launcher. Alright, it's on hold fire. Open fire. Well, let's hope this softens them up appropriately. And oh yeah, recall all the bots, so they're not damaged. Because I think they're coming in whether we want them to or not. Oh well, at least we, most of us have armor now. Except, Pepper. Oh no. Oh, they're going after the... Oh! I don't know when I picked up this, in a night. It's not even mine. So I don't know what they're talking about. Alright, nice and easy now. Just, don't stop moving. Just stopping your track is apparently the worst thing you can do. Especially if there's, explosions afoot. Oh well, at least most of us have armor. Assassin. But, you just stay where you are. I've got a feeling some of you are gonna be needed. Lucy's down. That's not good. Johnson, don't pick up the LMG. Okay, so they are leaving. And now Pepper is also down. On with Johnson. Oh well. Rescue, and unforbid everything. I need to make more ER bots. And now Milla is down. Lovely. Let's see, no immediate danger, no death in 20 hours, so I guess Milla is the panicked one. And of course, Cosby is no immediate danger. That's what I like to see. Well, I don't see all the actual casualty that I can tell is Pepper's right here. She doesn't have one anymore. And now we have an infection to deal with. How lovely. Milla is the unlucky one. And now needs a rescue. Go figure. Well, I think we're going to be researching some bioregeneration and tucking Lucy into the bioregeneration pod. Mostly because of the maintenance star in the brain. Well, looks like we have some visitors from the bunny pat. Well, looks like we have a climate adjuster, Matadine cluster, and oh hey, a Met shield. I guess I have to produce EMP shells to get rid of that. Which I'll do. Shortly. Mostly to the 50. And Blight was off on a tangent. The final straw was serious pain. Advanced nuclear power plant as a target. I wonder if my builder bots are up to the challenge of, out repairing him. And we have a perfect score of 100 from that batch of visitors, and a gift. Combat Blade, normal quality, and Pilla, good quality. Okay. Blight sadly won the, fight between man and machine. Oh well, good thing I built a spare nuclear power plant, while he was busy destroying the first one. Well, I think the Metroids might be an issue that, sorts out itself. Mostly because we got, Imperial traders on the map. Don't know if they're actually gonna be, armed enough to actually fight the Metroids, so I might as well try shelling the Metroids a little bit. But first things first, I'm gonna have to replace the, add a couple of mortars. Which I already did. All combat personnel, report to the mortars for your orders. Alright, now that everybody has your mortar orders, set for target, let's see now. Destroy the, Met shield, please. And I'm gonna let the, EMP mortars open fire first. Right, so they're out now. And now it's time to let the, high explosive shells, open fire. Alright, let's see it. Did this work? Doesn't seem to have worked. And of course there's a fair truth going on. It just says. Let's try this one again. Open fire. Hold fire. And now open fire for the high explosives. Okay, so the Metroids are going in on the traders. Well, I hope the Hollywood traps are ready to deal with that hot mess of a raid. I need to get some machine pistols for Gillette. Oh, that's right. I don't have any. Oops. And let's see, that was an impressive one. Why are you shooting at the wall, you dummies? Oh, because I didn't have it set to the. Oh, sassy. You dummy. You absolute moron. Anyways, you lot need to go be ready to fight out the Metroids. They're going to be coming in. And I should probably also start making, vegetarian fine meals at the very least. So I actually have anybody that can do that job. Nope. And of course, Jackson has a mental break. Go figure. Okay, at least we have some turrets to help. Okay, that takes care of the Metroids themselves. Go get yourselves patched up if you need it. So far, it's just Mela. Well, I think I'm gonna be sending out Gillette to deal with the turrets. With some mini grenades. Just make sure Gillette has some cover. Right, that should be enough, right? Yeah, that took out the entire lot. Alright, now do the next one. Oh, Gillette got hit. Well, that takes care of the turrets. And now it's time for you to take out the, climate adjuster. Don't know why words were hard for me to find. First things first, take out that unstable power shell. And now, run away. Not yet. Alright, so that took out most of the building. Now take out the rest. And that takes care of that. And that's the biosalting research completed, so that's right. Ooh, hey, I found the first tech print for the Cataphat timer, so that's right. Not just the first one, but the second one too, because the exotic illustrator here has two of them in stock. Yoink! And I have to solve some gold. Oh well. It is what it is. How much gold is the question? 500 should do the trick. Needless to say, I think the Cataphat timer is going on the list of things to research. If I can actually find it in this little chat tree. Ah, here it is. And Pepper is going off on a tantrum again. Intense pain was the final try, and random furniture items and structures are the targets. Well, it looks like we had a unforgettable new mounted festival, and I wonder who wants to join. That's that. My name's still level 11. You know what? Sure. Undergrounder, Tape Child Weaver, Incapable of None. Construction 10, Single Passion, Mining 11, Double Passion. Plants 1, Single Passion, and Crafting 11, Single Passion. I think I found another crafter, so that's great. And I think you didn't have, this bad. Not vast nav. And we have a store of 68 for non-patch visitors, and a gift. Machine pistol. Oh, quality. Okay. Well, looks like we got siege going on. Problem is that we have counter siege measures in place, and we also live in a mountain, so don't let sieging that one. Well, it's time to get the troops together, and I also need another mortar. Oh, Tonnets, report for active combat today. We've got hostiles incoming. Oh, they're already shooting at us. And by us, I mean the orbital trade maintenance. Okay, I guess I can be a distraction. So, hold fire. Right now that everybody has their mortars now. Target their mortar. And I guess, open fire. Well, that got him. Alright, you are dismissed. This is officially a traitor issue. And it will soon be a hallway of traps issue. Yep, it was a hallway of traps issue. Let's see here. Seems like a pretty good colonist. Brawler, early bird, incapable of firefighting, that's not the biggest issue. Spoiled childhood, Right, Milla, that's your job. To the yoink links. Yeah, I think the gas can come. Well, looks like the visitors are incoming, have a relationship with some of our colonists, and it's Cosby's son-in-law. Okay. Oh yeah, as for our prisoner, convert. Well, Zuna and Milla are in a bit of a social spat. I wonder why. Milla compared Zuna until we meet. Okay. Well, looks like we have a manhunting pack incoming, and this is a hallway of traps issue to sort out. I wonder what. Oh. Polity and thus. Okay. No, yeah, I finished off a machine for emanated board, so seeds John. Let's see now. Pretty slow fire rate, but I guess that's to be expected from a weapon like this. But I think the best weapon for right now is the ULM shotgun, so let's go try that out. Go until you have, I want to say, 14. All opponents, report for active combat today. We have a breach. Okay then. I guess this is a all hands on deck situation now. I guess it did come with enough force. Yeah, I think I ran out of traps. I think I need to make that hallway of traps bigger. Just for instances like these, or add more turrets that can actually fight. That would also be a good idea. And that's it, the manhunter pack. And of course I forgot about one. So I guess Pepper gets to deal with it. Along with the Hollerbot. And of course, Jackson is being sent out to help, since I think it's needed. Anyways, that takes care of that small issue. Well, Blitz is off on an insulting spree. The Faustron was serious pain, and the target is Lucy. It's the season for Lung Rot. Pepper has Lung Rot now. And it looks like the guests enjoyed their stay in Davis' store at 79. Oh boy, another Lung Rot for Blitz this time. And that's the bioregeneration research completed, so that's right. Well, looks like we successfully converted the prisoner, Links. Recruit! And Zunon has officially become a guest. And that's the prosthetics research completed. Looks like the orbital syndicate are paying us another visit. Well, I think it's time to fix Lucy's mangled star to the brain that she took at, unfortunately. Let's see, heals off fresh wounds, blood loss, and one random infectious disease. Yep, I think the bioregeneration cycle is the correct one for Lucy. I am correct. Well, I guess I'll see her in 21 days. Well, looks like Jackson and one of the guests are in a bit of a social spat. I wonder why. Nancy flagrantly disrespected Jackson's honor. Okay. And Pepper goes off on a daze. The Faustron was tortured artist. I literally cannot help you with that one, Pepper. Well, looks like we have some hydropods dropping out of the sky, allegedly. Let's just see what's inside. 54 fried lanes. Bird lanes, to be specific. Well, I cannot make bionic replacements, so that's right. Well, let's just see who has gotten together. Sass and Schlitt. Okay. Looks like Jackson and Lucy's son is planning to visit, and well, two of them actually. One of them is a subset of Lucy, though, and that's just a caravan. Well, looks like somebody had their proposal rejected, and it was Sass rejecting Schlitt. So yeah, in happier news, the long-range mineral scanner has been completed as far as research goes, and Schlitt immediately goes off on a tangent. Gee, I wonder why. The final straw was, my proposal was rejected. Oh boy, infestation. Yeah, this is the part where I realize that I don't actually have any defenses inside the base. That probably needs to change. Alright. That poor Des is gonna be in for a rude surprise. Oh wait, I guess he got the memo. And I think it's time to recall on the bonds before they cause any issues. Alright, Spinosaurus, go rescue Milla. Yeah, this is gonna be a pain to rebuild. Oh well. I guess the builder bonds are gonna be up for the challenge at some point. All good, speed buys, stay in hiding rooms. There are currently bugs about. Alright, time to go save with the Spinosaurus. You know, I kind of put the Spinosaurus in that situation. And well, I think the Spinosaurus is downed. In fact, it is downed. That's tragic. Oh well. Alright, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop beating up my entertainment systems. Because those are important for the colony morale. They're not targets for you, you stupid bugs. And I think that takes care of that. Are there any aid stats that I have to be worrying about? Doesn't look like it. So that's good. Actually, Cosme, there was a aid stat to take care of. Just one, though. Because I think I got the rest of them. Pepper is off on a sad wonder. The final straw was unsightly environment. And Cosme, you got the unfortunate task of popping the last aid sack. Oh well. It is what it is. And we have a score of 69 and a gift. 33 gold. Jackson is off on a sad wonder. The final straw was intense pain. Well, looks like we have a loner who wants to join. And by loner, I mean wonder. Fast at shooting, still level 7. Alright, let's just see what you're about. Xavier? Hybrid, body appearance, pretty delicate, and capable dumb labor and social. Intellectual 7, single passion. Plans 5, single passion. Construction 5, single passion. Melee 7, single passion. And shooting 7, double passion. Okay. Besides, I needed somebody who can specialize in cutting up stone chunks. Let's just say we have a ton of them to go through. Well, Javier has decided to hide in the room. The final straw was body pure squeamish. Really? Why? What a natural enhancement. Please point that one out to me. Or is it the hybrid? If you know what's going on with Javier, please let me know in the comments below. Blitz has has decided to hide in the room. The file straw was serious pain. Well, looks like the ER bots have some malaria to deal with. Cosby, Gillette, Leeds, Javier, and Blitz all have malaria. In better news, we have finished up the research on the intrusive sleep acid, so that's great. Well, I did need somebody who's pretty good at, well, carving new homes into the mountainside, so please welcome Oily, best at mining, still level 12. Let's see, what else are you doing at? Okay, trade your happy, kind, early bird. Double passion in mining. Single passion in medical at a still level 5. And social is another single passion at level 9. Well, in recent news, we are now allied to the Orbital Syndicate, so that's great. Well, Lynx has officially joined the colony, so that's great that we have another hand on, well, hand. Well, looks like we have some machinoids to deal with. On the way down here, I believe. Well, I think this, well, machinoid cluster might be a motor issue to sort out. In fact, it is going to be a motor issue to sort out. In the meantime, launch everybody into Area 1. And of course, Lean goes off on a tantrum. Shelter pod is a target. Not the one Lucy is in, thankfully. Oh well, we can just replace it. Who cares? Right now that everybody has their motor orders, set first target. I'm gonna target the low shield if there is one. Yep, there's one. Hiding behind this pipe man. And I think it's just the EMP rounds that are going to fire off first. Alrighty then. Time for everybody else to open fire. Because I think that should help out quite a bit with the dealing with the shields. Yep. Surprisingly enough, that got the machinoids up and angry at us. So hold fire again. And the machinoids are just going to launch face first into the hallway of traps for us. Alrighty then. We're going to do that again with the letting the EMP shells fire first. And now it's time for everybody else to open fire. Like so. Alright, so that got the Mad Glow shield. So that's great for us. In the meantime, go destroy the turrets. And of course, Cosby decides to go off on an insulting spree, and that's my cue to let the colonists have a break from the siege. Ravenously Hungry was the final straw for that insulting spree, and I think Jackson can have the privilege of dealing with the rest of the turrets by himself, because I think they're at that point. Or just one colonist is needed to deal with this mess. Let's hope I'm right. So far, survey says, yes, I believe. Of course, that can always change between now and then. Target that unstable power cell. And of course, Cosby comes over. Well, Jackson is dealing with this hot mess. And I was correct. Well, Cosby and Leans had a bit of a social spat. I wonder why. Cosby told Leans the act. Pepper is off on a sad wonder. The final straw was unsightly environment. Well, looks like Jackson's dad is paying us a visit, who is also Lucy's father-in-law. And Javier goes off on an insulting spree. The final straw was body pierced squeamish. And Javier and Gillette had a bit of a social spat. I wonder why. Javier called Gillette a snake. Okay. Well, looks like Cosby's son-in-law is paying us a visit. Milla, of course, is off on a corpse session now. The final straw was early bird at nighttime. Really? You pitched Kai? Oh well, it is what it is. Well, we have a score of 95 from that batch of visitors, and a gift. Green shell formal vest, normal quality, and dust wool sash, normal quality. Well, looks like Blitz and Diver got into a bit of a social spat over ideology. Well, I guess that's free medical XP for the colony dodgers and melee XP for the people participating in the social spat. Well, we have a score of 100 out of that batch of visitors. And oh yeah, the Starflight bases have been researched successfully. Well, Lucy is finally free from the bioregeneration pod, so that's great. And by bioregeneration pod, I mean the biosculpture pod. Lindsay's turn for a corpse session, and Foundstraw was early bird at nighttime. Well, let's just see who in the visitors has a relationship with some of our colonists, and looks like Jackson's son is paying us a visit. And of course, the vacuum crypto sleep test has been researched. All colonists report for active combat duty. We've got hostiles inbound, and oh my. 45 raiders. Oh well, at least it's just primitive weapons. And now that I've said that, I'm probably gonna lose the colony. And I think they're gonna be coming in here. And the Allosaurus is going off on a revenge spree. And then promptly put down. Okay, come on. Nice and easy now. Yeah. I don't think this raid is going very well for the enemies, and that's how I like it. Anyways, the raiders got the memo that they're not welcome here. Let's see. Lucy has a let them that's shredded to the mini grenades. Schlet, bruise, mini grenades, and Lava's nav. And some crushed to the left kidney because of mini grenades. I think I'm going to switch over to full ULM shotguns at some point. And oh yes, let's send out the miners out to go grab the compacted machinery that drops from the heavens. Looks like Johnson's dad is paying us another visit. Well, looks like we have another raid incoming. Thankfully, it's one of those raids that will just sit around and wait for you to shout them from your base. So that's straight. Right, so I got 11 people who can fight and 8 mortars, so I guess that's 2 more mortars. And before I forget, lock everybody inside of Area 1 and pretend the outside world doesn't exist for right now. And of course, it just decided to pit this time to leave with a score of 100. Okay, have fun navigating outside. Well, they just left without aggravating the raiders, so in the meantime, I think I'm gonna have the colonists all report to the mortars for their orders. That's it for Pepper because she decided to go off on a sad wonder. Have fun, Pepper. Right now that the mortar orders are passed out, set for starter, we're gonna aggro this group first. What's the scariest weapon here? Oh, hey, Doomsday rocket launcher. Take that out, please. I'm surprised that didn't aggro the entire group. Right, that did. Nope, that's just happening, naturally. Right, Leans, you can go, off and do whatever. In the meantime, the colonists are gonna be waiting outside the, door for them. Behind the turrets. Never mind, I guess that batch of raiders got the memo that it's not too welcome here. Especially since they're trying to, you know, end the colony, to say the least. And looks like that batch of visitors didn't get to leave the map, safely. Somehow that's my fault. Schlet, what are you doing? My proposal was rejected by SAS. Okay. Absolutely not what this colony needed at this time. But hey, you want to know what we actually needed? For the raiders to leave out of their own violation. Okay. I guess it's time to let everybody out of Area 1. And of course we have some stragglers in the form of these animals that are Now annoying at us. Through no fault of my own. And are actively trying to offline my hollarbot. Well, anyways, that takes care of that issue. Any more? Nope. Well, Lynx is off on a daze. The final straw was observed rotting corpse. And it splits his turn for a mental break. The final straw was darkness. Okay. Well, we had a beautiful fair of truth and a wonder one's drawing. Best at medical still level 10. Okay. I need another doctor anyways. Let's see, what else are you doing at? Construction, double passion 5, melee 4, single passion, and social 8, single passion. And of course, the medical has a double passion, underdowner 9 on wimp, kind, delicate, psychically dull. Let's see, now Lucy and Miller are in a bit of a social spat. I wonder why. Miller derided at Lucy's uncle's loyalty. Okay. And of course we have a heat wave. I don't think that's gonna bother us that much in the mountain, though. Well, Miller is off on a food bench. The foul straw was hungry. Sass is hiding in the room. The foul straw was observed rotting corpse. Well, that's the machine persuasion research completed, so that's straight. Blight is off on a tantrum. The foul straw was serious pain. Okay, and the target is things in his room. Well, looks like we've had some cardopods drop from the sky. Let's just see what's inside, and it's, size, helper, lever, times 10. Okay. And now you have to worry about a Dunbar. Dunbear. I think that is a Lucy issue. Well, Pepper is hiding in the room. The foul straw was unsightly environment. Well, looks like we have some visitors that have relationships with one of our colonists, and it's, Jackson's dad. Okay. Well, that's the Starflight Sensors research completed, so that's straight. Well, now we need to go rescue some unfortunate bots from the, mad thrombos. I think I'm just gonna let the, thrombos in. And just send, Cosme out. Okay. I guess we are doing this now. So that takes care of the thrombos. Turns out there's 2 more. Oh dear. But I suppose that's what I did for not zooming out. Well, we certainly got a sword from that patch, I guess. Problem is that I can't trade it because it's white on white tats. So, yeah. Oh well, we still got a gift. 52 plasteel. Lynx is off on an insulting spree. The foul straw was early bird at nighttime, and the target is Jackson. Looks like we have a sighted chip to deal with. Autonomous, report to the mortars for your orders. Well, Autonomous said we have enough mortars for that is. Cause, yeah, we're just trying to shell the, mechanoids. And then first we tell all the bots. Alright, now that everybody has their mortar orders. Set first target, target the sighted chip. Open fire. Yep, that definitely woke him up. That's why you should, destroy this ship. See what Blitz doesn't go off on a tantrum. Alright, what's the target? Random things in his room. Okay, have fun, Blitz. Oily will take over your job. Right, so that takes care of the adwering them. Anyways, everybody else can go home, because I think this is a Hollywood traps issue. Oh, Sass, you goober. And yep, it definitely was a Hollywood traps issue. Well, looks like some of the visitors have relationships with our colonists, so let's just see who it is. Let's see, Cosme's son-in-law is planning to visit along with, Hofstad. Well, looks like we have a quest on unknown drifters. 8 desperate refugees, including some children, are approaching. Their leader is called Snowy. They claim to have escaped an organ harvesting operation. Snowy begs you for permission to stay at our colony for 6 days so they can rest and regroup. In return, they offer to work and fight for free during the time. If you make them happy, some of them may offer to join you. They may also reward you later for helping them, but there is no way of knowing their true intentions. You know what? Sure. I think we can, handle that. And of course, we immediately, start converting them to our ideology, because why not? Snowy is off on a daze. The first straw was radiant clothing. Well, looks like Hoff and Sass are now, lovers. And in first time is off on attention. The final straw is high-side to drone and random furniture items and structures are the target. So just, have fun, Sam. And of course, you're not missing a robot, and I don't know which one it was. And Butler is catatonic. And the dates for Javier. Body appearance 3 image for Javier, and hindsight to drone was Butler's. And we have a score of 51 out of that batch of visitors, and a gift 224 silver. There are no prizes for dressing my pepper as in, a prison cell. Give up! Hindsight to drone was the final straw. I'm calling shenanigans on that one. Welcome back, Pepper. Let's see. For Kitten, we have a daze. Hindsight to drone was the final straw. And another dino has self-tamed. Well, if I'm not pronouncing that name, it's, A-N-H-A-N-G-U-E-R-A. Whatever that is. Let's see if I can actually give you a name that I can actually pronounce. Somewhere. Or maybe not. Nina is going off on an alcohol bench. The final straw was extinguished. Crosby is throwing an tantrum because of hindsight to Jonah and the target is advanced nuclear power plant. And Navasanov is having a tantrum. Hindsight to Jonah is the final straw. And random furniture items and structures are the target. Evelyn has gone off on a corpse session. Ugly environment was the final straw. And of course, a snowy alcohol binge. And the final straw for that one was extinguished. This is why I never let pyromaniacs into the colony normally. And Pepper goes berserk. Huff. And Schlett. Don't say Builderbot from that berserk Pepper. Lucky I never gave her a weapon. And I should probably take that one. And by that I mean... Excuse you! Right, so that takes care of that. I'm surprised that didn't, put her down to death in 6 hours. No meaning danger is the actual, bleeding, if you're wondering. I guess that's the wonders of having armor. We have a score of 31 from that batch of visitors. And a gift. Meat Rep Rifle and Metabone Club. Normal quality. Meat Rep Rifle is a, masterwork. Bolt action. So let's see what the art is. This weapon is engraved with an illustration of a solitary doctor. The word seems to express despair. Okay. And we have a store of 76 and a dead from that batch of visitors. Tyrannosaurus stall. Okay. Alright, let's see how much you are. 150 silver. Okay. Butler is back on their feet, so that's straight. Blitz is off on a food binge. The final straw was serious pain. And Nader is wandering around in a psychotic state. The final straw was extinguished. Well, I think the ancient danger might be somewhere over here. Don't know where though, since it's still beyond our sight. Oh, Thomas, report for active combat duties. We are about to have some hostile visitors in the form of an infestation. On the way up here, I see. Oily, do you have any more ULM rifles? And by ULM rifles, I mean shotguns. Yes, we do. Oily, you can have, 2 of them at the very least. Wings. Nope, you're a brawler. So ironically, you're not that great at this. Hoff, what about you? Yeah, you're perfect for this. Just gotta replace that, knife with a proper, shoddy. Alright, you lot. Go pay the hive a visit and probably save Natter while you're at it. And getting 2 out of here. Cause, boy, are you not gonna have a very fun time here. Alright, Let's try to get out of there if we can. Oh dear. Oh my. Well, Bloods went down. Don't know how his DLM shot ended up all the way down here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to repair a whole lot of this damage. Oh well, I think that's a bot job. Alright, Lucy, time for you to go in. And let the hive out. Alright, nice and easy now. Well, don't stand over there. Well, I think I put down that infestation pretty well. The most injured has to go to the hospital now. Lucy, since you're not that injured, time for you to go clean up the mess. And that takes care of that. Oops, celebrated too early. There's still a ASAT down there that Lucy has to take care of. And of course the feeding hatched. Larvae. And that should take care of that for realsies this time. And Spinosaurus 1 has developed an illness in his front left leg. So that's an infection. I really should put the animals in the actual hospital. In fact, I think that's a good idea. Just set up a few medical animal sleeping spots. And of course, Zoe went off on a insulting, on a tantrum. The frog straw was used drug, that's on you. And Leans, the frog straw was recreation unfulfilled. And that's an insulting spree. Oh boy, now you have an infection, for Milla. Oily, what are you doing? Well, the refugees are leaving, so that's good news. I spy with my little eye and ASAT that somehow escapes the purge. 2 of them, actually. And that takes care of that. Daver is off wandering in a psychotic state. The Froststraw was serious pain, and Milla has gone off on an insulting spree. And the target is Javier, and the Froststraw is unsightly environment. Well, looks like some of the visitors have relationships with our colonists. Jackson's dad explained it's another visit. Pepper is off on a tantrum. The Froststraw was off of barracks. I'm in the process of fixing those barracks. Well, looks like we're dealing with the animals having the plague. One of them, anyways. And the Wonder wants to join Sanchez, best at Choso, still level 10. Alright, let's go see what else you're good at. Twitter, happy, jogger, fast learner, delicate, and capable of tearing. Double passion and social, single passion and intellectual, and 4. Mining 3. Double passion, and melee 4, single passion. Okay. Well, Sanchez is off on a food binge. The Froststraw was serious pain. Well, Nancy Johnson Contra Drive research completed, so that's great. Looks like Leeds is throwing a party to celebrate the defeat of the infestation. Well, Nancy Hydroponics research completed, so that's great. Well, looks like a Wonder who wants to join Luxembourg. Best stat, social still level 7. Postponing for now. Just to see if I have the runes for that. Yes, I do. You know what, sure. Let's just see what you're like, Luxembourg. Body Purist. Artistic double passion 4. Medical single passion 3. Social 7 double passion. Looks like some of the visitors have relationships with our colonists. Jackson's dad has paid us another visit. Well, looks like I got a quest to take care of a prisoner. One of the rewards is either a plasma sword, good quality, or a Zeus hammer, excellent quality, along with 588 uranium. I'll take the Zeus hammer. And the threat is Met Cluster. I think I'd have the artillery for that. Right, so, where did, Road come in? Oh, not here. Who's the closest one that can go fetch, Ro? I guess that's you, Jackson. Ooh, hey, card deposit. Let's go see what's inside. 77 minutes last wall. Okay. And that's the utility comms research completed, so that's right. And we have a store of 58 for non-patch visitors. And a gift. 274 silver. Well, looks like some of our visitors have relationships with their colonists, so let's go check it out. Jackson's dad has paid us a visit. And Lucy has created a ULM shotgun, legendary quality. And engraving on this weapon depicts, Gillette closing tactful 100 for the last time. A satisfied smile gracing his face under the soft glow of a reading lamp. Gillette's eyes sparkle with newfound wisdom. The word conveys the emotions of torment. As an interesting contrast, if you squint your eyes, the static composition of the image reveals the outline of 10 paleontologists. This is pitch and relays to Gillette, finishing tactful 100 on the 14th of April, May 5504. I think Gillette gets that, ULM rifle. Shotgun. And Lucy and Jackson, are no longer in a relationship. And of course, right after that breakup, we have a siege to deal with. Luckily for us, we have something called mortars to deal with that mess. So for right now, we're gonna lock everybody inside of Area 1 for right now. And then, have the, motor orders passed out. Well, let's see. Now, the triple rocket launcher is the scariest weapon there. And I think it's time to pass out the motor orders. Now that the motor orders are passed out, set for target, where's that triple rocket launcher in that bed of, enemies? Nope, not you. I guess it really doesn't matter, does it? I just need the mortars to open fire in that general direction. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Open fire. Well, that, angered them enough to go after us, so that's nice. And of course, some of them are going after the orbital trade beacons. Oh well, it is what it is. And now they're leaving. And Sanchez is going off on a tantrum. The final straw was serious pain. Walmart and Hi-Fi as the, target. Well, looks like we have a Metroid cluster to deal with. I think that was from a previous quest that we did. Or something. Or it could just be an actual one. Oh, Connors, report to the, mortars for orders. Now that everybody has their motor orders passed out, I think we're going to be targeting the, shield in there. First things first, let the 2 EMP launchers go. Right, so, hold fire. And now it's time for everybody else's turn. Did I get it? Nope. Oh no, I forgot about the builder bots. Whoops! Run! Bot, run! Alright, so let's, open fire again. Right, we can't. Just yet. Well, anyways, I think all the Metroids are gonna run face first into the hallway of traps. Because, that's how I designed this base. And Sass, what are you doing? Stay inside of the Area 1. Whoop, that was a mistiming. Oh dear. Alright, let's try this one again. Open fire. No, it's time for everybody else to open fire. Alright, so that got most of it. Most of it is not all of it, though. And now it's time to do that one again. And hopefully, get the med shield this time. Now it's everybody else's turn. And of course, Pepper goes off on a daze. Alright, that got the med shield. And I'm gonna let everybody, have a break from the defending right now. Pepper went off on a daze, the Frostraw is tortured artist, and the Vasanov is having a tantrum. Ravenously Hungry was the final straw. And the target is random furniture items and structures. And Lean goes off on an ambrosia binge, the Frostraw was tired. And yeah, it is the, Metroid cluster from Darting Row, I think. Well, the shuttle has arrived. So, I think that means, Row needs to go. Lucy, that's your job. Alright, I need to, put it into Area 1 for right now. My bad. I guess, Area 1 can also be a little bit outside the base. So, now load. Row into the shuttle. Just like that. And send. Alright, so that's that quest completed. Too bad I still have to deal with the Metroid cluster. Oh well, I think that's an artillery job. Alright, let's destroy the defoliator now. And Lutsen Bird goes off on a daze. Javier is off on a corpse session. The corpse session was the body pierce squeamish, and Lutsen Bird is uncomfortable. Okay. Alright, you lot can go home. You lot are coming with me to the turrets. Well, the Metroid turrets, that is. And oh yeah. Make sure your Lean goes home. Because I think you should be enough firepower to clear this out. Take out the last remaining turrets, please. Alright, so that takes care of that. And now it's time to take out the defoliator. And Todd's infiltration has been researched successfully, so that's great. And that takes care of that. And I guess the med breakers have to be taken care of too. One at a time. Anyways, that's that Metroid cluster taken care of. And Blight goes off on a daze. The Faustra was malnourished. Well, looks like we have some visitors with relationships with some of our colonists. So let's go see who it is. Jackson's dad. Well, looks like Hoff's dad is paying us a visit. Javier is hiding in his room. The Faustra was serious pain. And we have a score of 62 from the Empire of Eternity, and a gift. 189 silver. And Jackson's dad is paying us another visit. Blitz is off on a sad wonder. The Faustra was unsightly environment. And we have a score of 39 for that batch of visitors, and a gift. 34 gold. And we can now build our own starship reactors, so that's great. Well, lots of, life was enough. I started a social spat with Lucy. Lucy's derided, Levasanov's aunt's charms. Okay. Well, looks like we got a Metroid raid to deal with. Lucky it's one of those that will just sit around and let us, well, deal with them with artillery. What are we even getting raided with, anyways? Oh, hey, it's just Scythers. 66 to be exact. Oh, Thomas, report for the, mortars pre-orders. Just so we can, unroad the Scythers. Assuming there isn't a social fight on the way in. Right, I guess I only have 11, people to man the mortars. Oh well, it'll be enough to add with the, Scythers. Now that everybody has their, mortar orders that weren't in a social spat with each other, for some bizarre reason. Set first target the Scythers, and open fire. Of course, we need to make sure the robots don't get any funny ideas and leave Area 1. Same thing with the people. Another volley should do the trick, right? Now we're down to 62. Scythers. 60 Scythers now. And they finally got the memo. Okay, this is officially a hallway of traps issue. Well, right before they, blenderized the poor visitors. And of course, take out the orbital trade beacons, because why not? Then we're outside the base, of course. Alrighty then. Looks like the hallway of traps got them all, so that's great. And I guess now it's time to clean up this mess. And I have a marriage going on. Between Hoff and Sass. Okay. Well, looks like some of the visitors have prior relationships with their colonists. Jackson's son, who is also Lucy's son, has arrived. Okay. Well, some more visitors have arrived, and some of them even have relationships with some of our colonists, and it's Jackson's dad paying us another visit. And we have a score of 100 out of that batch of visitors, and a gift. 165 silver. And now we have a drought to worry about. And we have a score of 96 from that batch of visitors, and a gift. Muffler wool, button-down shirt, normal quality, and medium dinosaur hide tribal wear, good quality. Well, looks like we got some hostile visitors paying us a visit. Oh my. 125 people. Mostly melee. I think this is a hallway of trash issue, but those poor traders are going to have a rough time here. So with that in mind, lock the doors and pretend the outside world doesn't exist, because right now, functionally speaking, it doesn't. At least not to us. Alright, nice and easy. Single file now. Yeah, those traders did a number on those raiders. As is our hallway of traps. Wonder where we got the 1,000 silver from. It's currently in the hallway of traps. Well, we're about to have one of the raiders make a breakthrough, so we're just gonna hole up over here with some of our colonists, and hopefully prevent them from. Never mind, they're down. The enemy, I mean. Oh well, they're still gonna park their butts there. And the raiders got the memo. And they're now in the process of leaving. And apparently we're dealing with invisible enemies. Go figure. See? Invisible enemies. Just the last thing I needed. Oh well. At least we're able to deal with the issue. Well, Leans is off on a smoke treat binge. The first straw was, ate without table. That's kind of on you, Leans. We've got plenty of tables around the colony. Sanchez's turn for an alcohol binge. The first straw was, serious pain. Well, Cosby and Schlett got into a bit of a social spat. Schlett compared Cosby to a baboon. Okay. Javier's off on a daze. The first straw was, body pierced squeamish. Well, looks like we have another Dunbar. Awakening. Lucy, that's your job to sort out. And that takes care of that issue. So who's up for Dunbar Birders? Well, it's Lisa's turn to get into a social spat with Gillette. I wonder why. Gillette compared Lisa's hand to a out. Okay. Well, looks like we have another batch of visitors turning up during a heat wave. And of course, they've got relationships with their colonists, and it's Cosby's great-grandson. And that's a 2% bonus to the injury healing factor for our colonists, so that's great. On to Cataphract armor. And then do the endless progress research again. And of course, Blitzers is off on an insulting spree. The first trial was serious pain, and the target was Johnson. And that ended in a social spat. Blitz flagrantly disrespected Johnson's intelligence. Okay, and of course, now that we have Toxic Fallout. So, there's that. Problem is that all of our facilities are, in a mountain, so, we don't care. Plus, we have hydroponics set up already, so that's not an issue either. Well, looks like we have some visitors who wants to pay us a visit. The only problem is the Toxic Fallout. Oh well, I think I can take care of the Toxic Fallout for the dust. And hey, some of them even have relationships with our colonists. Johnson's dad is paying us another visit. And we have a score of 88 from that patch of guests. And a gift! 293 silver. And we got a score of 81 from that patch of guests. And a gift! 22 minutes in. So that's convenient. Well, looks like Toph and Sass are officially getting married. And an infestation comes in to ruin all that, joy. Oh my, it's showing up straight in the middle of everybody's path. Oh dear. All Tauntauns report for active combat duty. We've got hostiles incoming. And also send the robots back home to the repair bases. Luckily, we got some turrets to help out and distract. Oh dear. Lots of bird. Oh my, that's a lot. Yep, just look. Alright, so we got at least one magnet spider destroying stuff in a room. And lots of bird just touching friendly fire. Go to the hospital. That's what you can do. Sass, you're not supposed to be here. Go hide in that room. Also, Lucy, don't save your bed from being destroyed. And now we have to go save the dino. One of our dino pets. Well, they got a bed and a nightstand. That's just tragic. Oh well. Those should be repaired. Don't know what I'm going to be doing about this room, though. That room is completely screwed. Okay, Hop, I'm gonna have to ask you and Xavier to set this one out. Lucy and Johnson, this is your problem to deal with. Luckily, we have some extra beds. Just a few, though. Right now, two of you have to go in and to clean up the mess. So we can reclaim that room for ourselves. The rest of you can just go home now. And summon the droids. Right, I think that takes care of, the aid sats. Right, I missed one in this bedroom. That takes care of that problem. And oh yeah, looks like the caravan had showed up as some relations with our colonists, and it's Jackson's stepmom. Well, looks like Xavier is off on a daze, the Faustrawas body pure is squeamish. And Blitz is off on a food binge. The Faustrawas steers pain. Alright, Blitz, yeah, I think you might need a new eye at this point. So I guess that's what we're going to be doing instead of charging you into the Bioregeneration pod that we did to fix Lucy's main brain. Right, I just want to keep two of, at least 4 of these on hand at all times. Well, looks like we have a batch of visitors that are nervous to visit because of the toxic fallout. Well, we're in a mountain. I think we can handle this one. And oh hey, they even have some relationships with their colonists. Cosby's son-in-law and Sass's father-in-law, who is also Hoff's dad. And we have a store of 100 from that batch of visitors. And a gift! 450 silver and the toxic fallout is finally over, so that's straight. And of course I forgot a aid sack from that infestation. Cosby, that's gonna be your job. To deal with this leftover. Just like that. Well, I think it's time Blitz gets a new left eye. Installed by an entire left eye. And a couple of emergency bots to help out with Milla. Ooh, hey, turtle pods. Let's just see what's inside. Seal bone times 47. Okay. Well, looks like we have a new wanderer who wants to join Val. Best at melee. Skill level 11. Let's just see what else you're good at. Well, no immediate health issues, so that's good. Double passion in melee, single passion in shooting at level 5. Construction for single passion, social 3 at Senile Passion. And intellectual 4, Senile Passion. Psychopath, early bird, incapable of cleaning, hauling, and plant work. Okay. And it looks like some of the visitors have relationships with some of our colonists. Let's just see who it is. Jackson's dad, son, who is also Lucy's son. Okay. Along with, Cosme's grandson. Well, it looks like Shaletta and, Javier got into a bit of a social spat. I wonder why. Shaletta insulted Javier's generosity. Okay. And we have a score of 67 for that batch of guests. And a gift. 7 components. Well, looks like the research for the Catapult armor is completed. So I think that's what we're going to be upgrading to instead of marine armor. Yeah. I'm just issuing new orders for Catapult armor. Catapult armor, Catapult helmet. Well, that one's off in a murderous rage. Schlett, you need to stop that. Javier gave up. Really just didn't deal with that. So yoink. So yeah, Javier gave up because of hindsight to Joan. That one's off on a murderous rage because of hindsight to Joan. I call shenanigans on both of those. So we're just gonna release Javier. Looks like some of the visitors have relationships with some of our colonists, so let's just see who it is. Jackson's dad is paying us a visit. Sanchez's turn to pay out on food. The Palshaw was hindsight to Joan. Well, let's just see what the Vagabonds want. 39 minutes in, and they need the medicine to help their friends out of a nearby settlement that was devastated by raiders. You know what? Sure. I guess that's Lucy's job. We do have 39 minutes in spare for this. And we have a score of 100 for non-patch visitors, and a gift. 185 silver. Well, we have a defoliator ship to deal with. And of course we have, some artillery to deal with that as well. I think the defoliator ship came to the wrong neighborhood. Right, so set for target. Target that defoliator ship. Right, I think we're gonna have the, EMP shells open fire first. So that's the round out. Everybody else, open fire. Well, that, tipped him off. And this is the part where I realized that I probably should have launched everybody inside of Area 1 before I did this. Oopsies. Oh well, better late than never. Now that they're all, headed towards the colony, I think the only ones who need to be here are, the ones with the ULM shotguns. That aren't, upset because of something. And the real question is do I have enough, cash for this? And of course, they destroyed the orbital trade beacons. And I just realized that I forgot to, patch a hole. Normally I'd say yes that I have enough, for this. But, right now, clearly I don't. Oh well, they can have fun, destroying the cloth dummies. And of course, some turbos decided to turn up at this exact moment. Says you don't hide in that, bunker. Schlett and Oily, go over there. And this is the part where I realize that I really should just recall the robots at this point. Alright, Oily, I think you got the wrong memo. So I'm gonna have to fix the repair, production facility. And of course, Schlett just wants straight in front of the, cannons. Oh well, I guess that's my fault. Anyways, we're still waiting on this lollydagger, who is, already mostly dead. And fully dead now. Well, looks like the Butterbots have an absolute mess to clean up. Lucy is off on an insulting spree. The Frostraw was hungry. I think that's a still issue in this colony. Food comes free as part of the taxes that you paid to, live here. Well, Lucy and Hop got into a social spat. I wonder why. Lucy called Hop's father an iguana. Okay. Well, Javier is off on a date. The Faustra was confined in interior. Well, looks like he has some mad eyebances around. Lock everybody inside of everyone and pretend the issue doesn't exist, because functionally speaking, it doesn't. Not for us anyways. See? Well, I think I'm gonna take the shuttle down quest for 12th honor. Lucy. Not Lucy. How about Jackson? Alright, All of you don't report to, that part of the base. Actually, that part of the base. Except for you, Javier. You need a main weapon. In fact, you just need weapons in general. But you've got plenty of ULM shotguns. So this shouldn't be too much of an issue to supply you with, said weapons. Too bad we don't get any control over the, crew. From the, shuttle. Alright, Oily has asthma. Never mind, Hop. You get that job instead. Well, here they come. Alright, we're gonna make the defensive line here. Alright, they dropped the memo and we successfully, protected the crew. Like all of them. That's not usually how these quests go for me. In my experience, they usually end in failure. Oh well. I'm just happy we succeeded this time. Any good, potential recruits? Psychopath tortured artist. The tortured artist kind of, gets his you. Even though you do have some very good crafting. Nimble, pretty slowpoke. You know what? Sure. I'll take you. That's in 5 hours. Milla. That is gonna be your job. Stabilize. Capture. And the rest of you can go home. Never mind. I guess, supposed to be a prisoner just gets the budget. Death in 3, death in 4. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody worth, saving. Mostly because it would take too long to get them to a hospital. Alright, let's go, see what's inside the shuttle. And Blight goes off on an insulting spree. The Faustra was tired. Okay. Well, let's just say, there was a shuttle engine, so that's gonna be very handy. And Jackson gets an novice ceremony. Levasanov's turn for an insulting spree. The Faustra was genetic pessimism. Literally nothing I can do for you there, Levasanov. Well, I think this is going to be our throne room for now. Right, I think Jackson gets his, grand meditation going. And except, since, we now have the throne room. Alright, Jackson, you do the bestowing ceremony. Yep, we need 15, so we have 15 out of 17. And not enough room impressiveness. Even though, mine thought it was a pretty impressive room. Oh well. It is what it is. Hold on, that's the wrong room. Oh, I guess we are using the dining room for this. Okay, so that was an honorable bestowing ceremony. And we got an extra 3 honors, so that's great. Well, we have a quest on Wasters of Fortune, and it's basically to, fight off at least one group of 2 drifters, 2 elite mercenaries, 11 elite mercenaries, 2 heavy mercenaries, 16 heavy wasters, 7 machinery gunners, 20 mercenary snipers, 8 pirate gunners, 8 scavenger gunners, 1 scavenger thrasher, 1 waster boss, 2 waster grenadiers, 20 waster gunners, and 9 waster slashers. And then there's 2 more after that. You know what? Jackson, that's on you. Yep, we're doing it. Just as a precaution. Well, I'm gonna lock everybody inside of Area 1 for right now. It can be locked. And yeah, the Imperial guests have left safely, so that's great. And oh hey, looks like we have some real tribute collector that has a relationship with some of our colonists. Pepper's, lovers. Paying us a visit. Well, let's just say there may have been some gold dumped onto a, royal tribute collector. And that's a 2% bonus to the movement speed of our colonists, so that's great. Run that one again, please. And we have a score of 96 out of that batch, it does. And a gift. 26 steel bone. Okay. Well, looks like we finally had the siege turned up. From that quest. All colonists report to the mortars for your orders. That didn't fight. Right, now that everybody has their mortar orders, set force target. Target that group of hostiles down there is actively setting up a siege and open fire. Well, that ain't them enough to come in at us. So I guess it's now a hallway of traps issue. Well, that's that batch of raiders fleeing, so that's great. What is not great is them pounding down our doors. And now we have gas wasters dropping in right on top of us. Thankfully they fixed the production facility, which is gonna be annoying to repair, but no well, I'll get it done. Just let them out. And recall on the bots. Yeah, I need to update Blitz's weapons. Alright, Xenophile. Right. There goes Hollarbot Tier 1, 3. Who cares about a Hollarbot? I care more about the colonists. As cold as that sounds. Nice and easy now. Actually, the bots can just distract the, raiders. Anyways, they're fleeing now, and apparently taking my stuff. No, you don't get to do that. Oh well. At least it's stuff that I can actually replace. And it's gonna be very funny if they don't actually get past the turrets. Luckily, I don't think they will. Or the hallway of traps that they stupidly decided to go through instead. Yeah, this is officially a hallway of traps issue. And that's what it was. Just shoot the last person. Right, half. Never mind. The Germs even took my wall-mounted multi-analyzer. How dare they? And they even took the wall-mounted, the wall climate controller. Of course, we have a new, raid showing up. Right when we're trying to actually patch things. Shen says, you know, find a ULM rifle. Or your shotgun. Oh wait, there isn't any. You know, hang out in the storage facility, actually. One with the limbs. Thankfully, there's no doomsday rocket launchers here. Oh hey, maybe we'll actually get to show them a little bit. So that's what we are going to be doing. So Autonomous, report to the mortars for your orders. The real question is can we get away with this? They do appear to be waiting around. Open fire. Well, that got their attention. Or something. And change the target to somebody else. One of those grenadiers. Alright, prepare to confront the threat, since I think they're just going to come in and get us. Well, I found a lone club wielder. Bro thinks he's on the team. Alright, they made it through. I guess it's a one-on-one fight now. And they lost. Also because they're retreating. I think we should just let them leave. But make it clear that you're not welcome here, since this was a hostile visit. And that takes care of that. And Rep Builderbot Tier 2-5. Well, Blitz has gone off on a sad wander. The first straw was serious pain. Well, looks like we have a mat time, right? Lucky it's one of those that will just sit around and wait for us to shell them from the safety of our base. Or just trying to head first into the Hollywood traps. I'm not too picky about which one they decide to go for. Just try to let me fix the doors first. And then I'm a happy camper. Right, so that's doors fixed. Lock the doors and pretend the outside world doesn't exist because that's the most effective strategy for dealing with this raid. Oh my, that's 3 Diabluses. Well, I sure hope I have enough traps for this, and enough turrets. And here they come. Thankfully, I repaired the doors. So even if they do make it to the Hollywood traps, they should be heavily injured and easy to pick off for the turrets. And none of them made it past. Good! Well, we had a fiesta truth that was so unforgettable. Well, so fun that I wonder wants to join Ashley. Best at melee is still level 8. Alright, let's see what else you're good at, Ashley. No immediate health issues. Comes with a revolver. Shooting 5, single passion. Melee 8, double passion. Construction 7, double passion. Crafting 5, single passion. Nimble, tough. Alright, welcome aboard, Ashley. And now you have a dime to draw on Hunting Jackson, who is fully loaded with ULM shotguns. What even is a dime to draw on anyways? Oh, it's this thing. Well, I think we might be having dime to draw on burgers for dinner. See? Dime to draw on burgers are on the menu now. Let's see, it's off on a smoky bench. The first draw was hideous environment. And now I need 2 drapes and a harpist sword in the throne room. You'd think that would be under furniture, and it is. So I guess just 2 claws. Well, 2 cloth drapes. And I think I need the art bench for the harpist sword or something. Ideology. Do I even have it researched? Is the actual question. I should be asking myself. Probably not, knowing me. Yep. I don't have it researched. So, where is the piano? Ah, here it is. Just trying to put the endless products at the end of that research tree. Well, looks like we have some visitors that have relationships with our colonists. Let's just see who it is. Cosby's grandson is paying us a visit. Looks like we had a fun Neo Mahat festival, and a wonder wants to join. Battle Reash. Best at animals still level 15. You know, sure. Welcome aboard, Battle Rush. Single passion in animals, teetotalers, psychically dumb, artistic 8, double passion, social 8, double passion, and intellectual 6, single passion. Well, I think I found it in the ancient danger down over here. Was busy digging out an area for some more high-tech research benches. So I think we're going to be giving it a poke. The ancient danger, I mean. Yep. It's a hive. Good thing I had some colonists nearby. Right, I think it's time to see what's inside the, crate. Oh, hey, Master Assault Rifle. Alright, time to start opening the, Crystal Sleep caskets. And see, what's inside. Hopefully, friendlies that we can just, yep, it's friendlies. And we have a perfect store of 100 from that batch of visitors, and a gift. Our wire headset, normal quality, and we're now allied to them, so that's great. Well, we can now make our own miniguns, so that's great. And of course, make our own anti-air weapons, so we can stop people from dropping in on us. And encourage them to use the thing that I actually built for that. And it looks like some of the visitors have relationships with our colonists, so let's see who it is. Looks like Hofsneeze, Jackson's dad, and Jackson's brother have all turned up. And that's a harp research completed, so that's great. And the next batch of visitors have relationships with our colonists, so let's just see who it is. Cosme's son-in-law. And Nancy Harper's toward research completed, so that's great. Well, we have a store of 100 from one batch of visitors and a store of 97 from the other batch. And that's for both of them. 475 silver from the Illuminati, and the Empire of Eternity is giving us 2 little medicine. And of course, both groups are fighting each other. Ooh, hey, a free Zeus hammer. How lovely. Well, we can now make our own pianos, so that's great. Alright, so I think we can do the, bestowing the, title quest on Jackson. Yep. Alright, I think it's time to begin that bestowing ceremony. With everybody. You finally have 17 out of 17 people needed. And Jackson has gained the, parent title with a terrible bestowing ceremony, somehow. Guess I rolled a nat 1 on that one. You know, it's 96% quality. Anyways, Jackson needs a new bedroom. Well, Javier is off on an alcohol bench. The phone straw was unsightly environment. Okay, Javier. Well, looks like we have a new pet now. Well, looks like we have a cluster to deal with. Well, I think we can deal with this Metroid cluster easily enough. So, all colonists report to the mortars for your orders. Right, now that everybody has their mortal orders, set for target, let's see now. Yep, there's a shield. On fire, set for target. Get the shield first. And, let's use the EMP shells first. Right, so that's a round out. Stop holding fire. Surprisingly enough, I didn't get it in one single volley. Hold fire. Well, never mind. I definitely got it with the after effects of the volley, though. Alright, target that cluster turrets and take it out. We don't care about the enemies because they have a Hollywood trash to worry about. So that's not our job. Did I forget something? Oh, it's the traitors. Oops. Oh well. Not our issue. Wait, that's our pet out there. Oh well. It is what it is. So I hope you weren't too attached to this dino. Right, so that island is cleared from Metroids. Target those turrets. Alright, now do the other turrets. Queen shows off on a corpse association, and I think that's my cue to let everybody go back to whatever they were doing. Except for Lucy, Cosme, and Johnson. You three get to deal with the turret. Oh dear. And never mind, you three turn around and don't save Leans from his own stupidity. Nice job, you goober. Well, rip that particular dinosaur who tragically passed away. Alright, now you three can, go clear out the turrets now that, Lynx is safe. Right, so that turret is done. Clear out the rest of it. Right, just started that one. And that takes care of that Metroid cluster. Lucy's turn to draw for the days. Have fun, Lucy. The Philosopher was tired. Yeah, I kind of forgot to dismiss her from duty. Oh well. Well, let's just see what we have in the quest list. Plated Mastodons. And apparently one of the rewards is a Persona Core. I'll take the Persona Core, please. Yeah, it's just 64 manhunting Mastodons. That's a Hallway of Traps issue. Lock everybody inside of Area 1 and pretend the outside world doesn't exist because, right now, it doesn't. Oh, hi, manhunting Pat. And here they come. Apparently I have a lead somewhere in the Hallway of Traps, so that's not good. Hopefully I have enough turrets to take care of the issue. But I'm going to be sending in some backup with these 3 colonists. I said 3. Well, despite the leak, we got most of them. And that's the last one. 'Tis the season for Lunrot. Let's just see who has the Lunrot now. Oily. Hey boy, more Lunrot. Oh, what? Oh wait, it's one of the soldiers that is on loan. Alright, who got the Lunrot now? Milla. Who is one of our colonists. Well, we have the pods now. 1,285 Placio and 1 Persona Core. Pepper's turn for Lunrot. Javier's turn. I've got a feeling most of the colonists are going to be in the hospital from Lunrot. And that's a 2% bonus to the general labor speed of a colonist, so that's right. Do I have Omni robots? Yes, I do. Run out endless progress research again. Well, looks like another colonist has Lunrot. Maxley. Well, Pepper is off on a days. The final straw was tortured artist. Literally nothing I can do for you there, Pepper. Oh boy, one more Lunrot. Leans. Looks like we have some hostile visitors in the form of a siege. Unfortunately for the siege, we're pretty set up for repulsing sieges, so that's great. All colonists report to the mortars for your orders. Well, they're already firing off. The shells. Alright, let's just see, how many raiders this, well, convinces to leave. Nope, they haven't left yet. I guess that's another, few volleys. Will this, be the one? Survey says no. I think I'm gonna hold fire and, just tell them to open fire and target one specific raider. Like you. You have come in a steel mortar. Open fire. Oh, they're coming in after us. Anyways, that's that job done. Now it's time for the Hallway of Traps to perform. And severely reduced. Oh no, I almost forgot about Pepper. Don't rescue Pepper. Thankfully, they're already half, dead. And hopefully she has enough, firepower on her own to convince them to leave her alone. Yep, they're leaving. So that takes care of that. Looks like Lunrot is back in season. Sass has Lunrot now. And on top of that, there's a sighted drone aimed at the women. A pie. Javier is off on a sad wonder. The Faustra was body pure squeamish. Leviathan has gone off on a tantrum. The Faustra was high sighted drone. Random things in the room is a target, so I just have fun. Sass's turn for a tantrum. Wanna bet it's high sighted drone? Yep, high sighted drone. Called it. And we have a score of 66 from that batch of visitors. And a gift. 236 silver. I guess she really did decide to take out her manual on this auto hydroponics basin. What did it ever do to you, Sass? And so it's be there. Anyways, that takes care of that. Looks like we have visitors with relationships to our colonists. Looks like Hawk's niece, Jackson's son, great-grandson of Cosby, and Cosby's cousin are all paying us a visit. Let's see, now, are there any tribute? So I can dump some gold on them for some more honor for Jackson so I can level up the title. Services, no. Yep, and they fought the Patmates. Go figure. Ooh, hey, a free Zeus hammer. Poor quality, though. And a side trainer, word of joy. And that's a 3% bonus to the melee damage factor for Arcana, so that's straight. Well, looks like our animals are suffering from the plague. Dino. Who is this Spinosaurus? Well, looks like we have a pet Malflow now. Well, Javier just went off on a murderous rage. Looks like the target is lots of murder. The file trial is hungry. That's kind of an overreaction, don't you think? Anyways, Javier lost a 2v1. Well, that's a 3% bonus to the general labor speed of Arcana, so that's straight. Run that one again, please. Well, we had a pretty unforgettable affair, in truth, and in fact, it was so unforgettable, Owner wants to join. Yay! Best at melee is still level 4. Sure, let's just see what you're like. What in hand is the health issue, so I think you might get a new arm. Double passion in melee, single passion in plants, 0. And single passion in animals, also 0. Actually, it's negative 4 for both of these, which is kind of ironic considering the single passion. Fast learner, brawler, kind, tactically dull. Okay, and it looks like Pepper is throwing a party to celebrate Yane's arrival. At least that's what I'm assuming it's about. Well, apparently we had a fun fiesta of truth. In fact, it was so fun, I wonder who wants to join. That's that melee is still level 8. You know what, sure. Let's just see what you're like and if there are any health issues I need to be aware of. Nope. Impediment, double passion in animals at level 7, single passion in plants at level 2, single passion in mining at level 5, double passion in melee at level 8, and single passion in shooting at level 3. Sanguine, misogynist, and neurotic. And can't do intellectual stuff. Well, Crosby and Levasanov have started a social spout during this festival. Real Advent. Apparently, despite the social spat, the real Advent was unforgettable. And I wonder who wants to join. Okay, best at social, still level 12. You know what, sure. Any health issues? Nope. Okay, so social 12, double passion, artistic 4, double passion, plants 5, single passion, and animals 4, single passion. Tortured artist, chemical fascination, and Octave was tragically eaten by a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Well, we had a pretty fun Neil Mahed festival, and I wonder who wants to join Blight, who has a relationship with one of our colonists, so I think we might be legally obligated to take him. Jackson's granddaughter. Best at social, still level 9. Okay. And Space Marine, too, so that's nice. Any issues? Nope, just a bad start in tier torso. Fast walker, sickly, kind, delicate, can't do violence, even though, she's a Space Marine. How does that make sense? Alright, she's a high mate. Well, I think that would do it. I still don't know why, they gave her the adulthood of Space Marine. Oh well, it is what it is. Well, that's a 2% bonus to the meat amount that we did from the animals that we butchered, so that's great. Run that one again, please. And oh, hey, apparently we had some visitors over that has relationships with our colonists. One of them is Cosby's grandson. Well, looks like the chosen Medhive is paying us a visit. And it's going to be one of those raids that will just sit around and go through the Hall of Trap, so it's not really our problem. Well, I think the Diabluses are gonna get through, at the very least. Or so I thought. Never mind. False alarm. And we have a store setting 1 from that batch of visitors. And a gift. 6 opponents. And yes, I am extending out the base out this way just in case I don't get the, titles needed, or rather the honor needed for Johnson to bump up to the last rank that I need, for the Royal set. Because, otherwise, we are going to be using the ship. Well, that's a 3% bonus to the global word speed of Arcana, so that's right. On to partridge survival meals and IEDs after that. And, then another endless progress research. And that's a partridge survival meal research completed. That's the IED research completed. Well, it looks like we have some visitors with relationships to some of Arcana, so let's just see who it is. Looks like, Sass's father-in-law, who is also Haas' dad, is paying us a visit, along with, Tasmi's son-in-law. And that's a 3% bonus to the toxic resistance for a colonist, so that's straight. Run that one again, please. Javier is off on an insulting spree. The foul straw was unsightly environment and the target is oily. And we have a score of 100 from that batch of visitors, and a gift. 38 Placio. Okay. Well, we didn't actually manage to get to the, part where we, get to do the railroad side quest, but oh well, at least we got the ship up and running. So I guess that's what we're going to be doing. Is a ship. Alright, so that should be on day 365 that this is finished powering up, so you know what? Sure, confirm. Now it said 14 days. Oh well, I guess that's due to all the extra power that we have. Or something like that. Well, looks like we got some sieges to deal with, or at least a siege. Problem is that we're actually pretty good at fighting those off. Autonomous report to the mortars for your orders. And Quarry splits those off on a food bench. Final straw was soaking wet. Right now that everybody has their mortar orders handed out to them, set for starter. What is the scariest weapon here? Any doomsday rocket launchers? Nope. Fairly normal armaments, I see. Alright. I see how it is. So let's just start at a random colonist, enemy colonist that has the mini grenades, and open fire. Oh, that got him to go in on us. Anyways, back to whatever you're doing. Right after I lock you into Area 1. Just so you don't go outside and do some stuff that might get you a game over. And they got the memo. Didn't even make it all the way past, too, so that's a good thing. And that's a 2% bonus to the metronome shredding efficiency of Arcana, so that's great. Run that one again, please. Well, a raid turned up in the middle of a solar flare. Oh well. It's one of those raids that will just sit around and wait for us to join in on them. So I guess that's a good thing. So with that in mind, Autonomous, report to the mortars for your orders. Right now that everybody has their mortar orders, the top, these 9 mortars are going to target this group. And the other 9 gets the other, group. Like so. And with that, open fire. Okay, it's one of those, raids with, primitive weapons. So, nothing to advance up here. In fact, I think the most advanced weapon is this knife. It's steel. And nothing down here either. Okay, that got their attention. Everybody back to whatever you're doing. I think this is officially a hallway of traps issue to sort out. And then there's this jerk, who's probably gonna make it through. Nope, never mind. Well, looks like some raiders have decided to drop in on us. Don't know if any of them will actually make their targets if they land too close to the base. Server says not up here. That's for sure. Regardless, this is a hallway of traps issue. And they got the memo. Good. Oh hey, we have some visitors turning up in this awkward time. Looks like Haas' mom, who is also Sass's mother-in-law, and Javier's brother is paying us a visit from the Orbital Syndicate. And of course we have a high-sided drone aimed at the men going on at this trying time. Oh well, it is what it is. Alright, Levatsanov needs a new bat. Javier has decided to hide in the room. The file straw was high-sided drone. Well, that's a lot of metronoids. That seems like a hallway of traps that she could sort out. Like everybody inside of anyone, and pretend the outside world doesn't exist, because right now, functionally speaking, it doesn't. Yep, hallway of traps issue. Called it. Well, looks like we have another raid. Well, this is a Hollywood traps issue, assuming they'll let us get that far. Better recall the robots. Well, it's set for Hollowbot Tier 1. The tragedy passed. And here they come. Too bad I couldn't rebuild the Hollywood traps completely. Oh well, it is what it is. I just had to hope the turrets are going to be good enough. Alrighty, MP launchers, do your thing. Are you serious? Alright, I think it's time for the colonists to join the fight. Oh hey, they finally got the memo. Oh hey, we have a store of 80 for non-patch visitors, and a gift! 493 silver. Well, looks like we got a raid showing up. Yeah, this is one of those breaching raids, so I think we're just gonna send out the colonists out to go get him ourselves, and not wait around. With all of our UM shotguns. Because, this is kind of what I got them for. I guess we'll fight them on the beaches. Poor Kate Mom. Well, count us down. Just keep moving, just keep moving. Anyways, they laughed and got the memo. Who's down? Pepper. Right, Cosby, you can go grab Pepper. That's a bird. Nope, you're not down. You are, however. Go rescue, that honest, please. Alright, out of the two that are downed, what's the damage like? Death in 11, RIP right little toe for, Kaviv, and Pepper. Rip you right here. And that's about the only casualty. So that's good. Well, we're still recovering from the last raid. Now we have a new raid. It's time for the meta. Yeah, this is a Hollywood traps issue to sort out. Lock everybody inside of everyone and forget the outside world even exists. Because, that's what I'm going to be doing. Well, that's 33 scythers down here, and, another 33 scythers, 27 scythers actually, up here. Send away. And here comes the scyther hordes. And they surprisingly all, got offline by the Hollywood traps. And then goes off on a sad wonder. The final straw was entombed underground. Well, looks like a raiding party decided to drop in on us. Problem is that we have anti-aircraft, right where they're dropping in on. And nothing happened. Well, outside of us getting some steel strap, of course. Well, looks like we have another raiding party that wants to, bash down our walls. The issue here is that they're all permanent weapons, so, unfortunately, now that I said that, I'm probably gonna lose a couple of colonists. Oh well, you lot, get out there to defend the colony from hostile, visitors. Alright, Pepper, you're coming after the, you picked up your new, shotgun. Looks like the first colonists have made, contact with the enemy. Sort of. Yep, and that's the first, one down. Second one down. Don't know why they're attacking the walls, but I'm gonna use it against them. Just like this. One of our colonists went, off to hide in the room. The first straw was genetic pessimism. Literally can't help you there, on that one. Anyways, the raiders are leaving. I don't think we have any injuries to report. Well, new injuries, mind you. Ectosaurus, whatever. And Blight's just off on a tangent. What are you doing, rat? Random things in his rooms. Okay. The first straw was a third corpse. And if you're wondering what Blight's broke in his tangent, just a wall lamp and the standing lamp, so I guess that's fine with me. Those are easy to replace. And oh hey, I can't believe I missed the Dunbar awakening. Well, that's a lot of mechanoids paying us a visit. Lucky it's one of those that will just go through the hallway of traps, so that's not our problem to sort out. So that means lock everybody inside of Area 1 and pretend the outside world doesn't exist. Because right now, it doesn't. Oh hey, here comes the mechanoids. Or at least the first batch. And of course we did a raid running head first into the next raid. And it's one of those dropping in on us. So I guess they can't stand near the base without getting blasted in the face with our anti-air. And of course the two raids are gonna fight each other, so that's great for us. Oh hey, the new raiders managed to offline a Centurion. So I guess that's great for us. That they're wasting their energy on each other. Oh hey, they managed to down two centipede, two more Centurions. And that batch of raiders left, the Mad Hive is still around. And we have a breach in the hallway of traps. Oh dear. Thankfully our turrets are up to the task of dealing with them all. Recall the bots. Well, that's a 3% bonus to the general labor speed of Arcana, so that's great. Run that one again, please. Alright, I need to get you some ULM shotguns, Lavasanov. And of course, there's still one lollygagger in the hallway of traps. And another raid! Go figure! Before we even finished up repairing the aftermath of this raid. Alright, what am I dealing with? Oh, lovely! It's an actual threat. Lone colonists prepared to confront the threat. Yeah, I really should start building some turrets. Just don't bunch up or stay in one place for too long. Oily. Oily, what are you doing, you goober? Oh dear. Anyways, they left. The raiders are leaving, so that's great news for us. Okay, everybody back to the hospital. Pepper, you get to rescue Javier, since he's the only one that went down. And also Milla. Somebody needs to go rescue Milla. Also, if you're wondering, death in 11 hours for Milla. Thankfully, Milla has arrived safely to the hospital. Well, Niz and, Lisa are in a bit of a social spat over ideology. Well, looks like some of the visitors have relationships with Arcanus. Let's see. Cosby's grandson is paying us a visit, along with, Jackson and Lucy's son, who is also Blight's uncle. And, we managed to run out of meals somehow. Oh well, it is what it is. Well, lavish meals that were, vegetarian. We still got plenty of meals left, though. I guess it was a case of, the person who was starving hadn't been fed yet. It was oily, by the way. Milla is off on a tangent. The final straw was hideous environment. Rep ULM shotgun, good quality, 94%. Oh well, I got plenty more where that comes from. Well, some raiders decided to show up and drop in right on top of us. The problem is that Ashley's lover is also in the group, and they chose the production facility to drop in on. Problem is the anti-aircraft turret over here. Yep, all we got is scrap. Okay, well, Ashley's just gonna be disappointed by that. Well, we had a beautiful fair of truth, and in fact, I wonder wants to join Hotaru. Best at medical still level 10. Corporate drone. To be fair, I do need another doctor, and I have the crystal sleep pods for them anyways. Since I have 24 crystal sleep caskets for the ship, and I have 22 colonists. And let's finally get Lavasanov a better bat than what she currently has. Yep, I think this team is just trying to do it for boss enough. Well, looks like Otaro has Goju's dependency. Treating very neurotic and psychically deaf. Well, looks like you got a couple of raiding groups coming in at us soon. Well, let's just say one of them brought in LMG. I think they're on the wrong team or something like that because everybody else has melee weapons, primitive melee weapons at that. And it's much the same on this side, too. So, I think this might be a hallway of traps issue. It was indeed a hallway of traps issue. In more good news, Levasanov is back on her feet again, so that's great. Well, we have a score of 79 for non-patch visitors, and it ifed. 30 gold. Well, we had an unforgettable fiesta of truth to celebrate our victory over the Raiders, and a wonder wants to join, Stuart. Let's crafting still level 7. Alright, Stuart, let's go see what you're like. Alright, so any health issues? Baseliner, background soldier, starship janitor, hard worker. Double passion in crafting at level 7. Single passion in animals at level 6. Shooting, single passion, level 6. Melee 5, single passion. Construction 4, single passion. And yeah, that sums up Stuart. Anyways, out to go cut stone chunks for the rest of your time here. And of course we have some imps paying us a visit. They appear to be unusually clever. Yeah, let's just see how clever they are at avoiding the hallway of traps and there's nothing but traps in their way. Anyways, lock the door and pretend the outside world doesn't exist because right now, Funchy speaking, it doesn't. Not for anybody in my colony, anyways. Alright, so the first batch of raiders has gotten a memo and is in the process of leaving. As has the second batch of raiders. So yeah, it really was a hallway of traps issue. Or at least I thought so. Second batch of raiders is still ongoing. Never mind, they have also gotten the memo now. Well, Nails is now on death, so I guess that's nice for them. Well, we have a new wonder who wants to join, come on. Best sad animal still level 19. You know what, sure. Let's just see what you're like, Gammon. That arm has a stab star, and that's the only health issue that I can see. Animals has a double passion. Crafting is level 6 single passion. Mining is 13 at single passion. And melee is at level 6 with a single passion. Jealous is the only trait. Guess what? I guess we have a new tailor for Gammon. Oh yeah, Jackson and Cosby are now lovers. Well, looks like we have some less than friendly visitors. Oh hey, it's one of those raids that will just drop in from above and be scattered around the map. Luckily, we don't have to worry about any dropping in on top of us in the base. So I think this is a hallway of trash problem to sort out. And that's how I'm going to treat it. And of course, another raid decides to show up with 2.3 days remaining on the start up sequence of this ship. And they are a breaching raid. But it sits. Oh well, it is what it is. Thankfully, it's one of those primitive raids. Well, the first batch of raiders is now in the process of vacating the premise. Now I have to deal with this batch of raiders. Hi. Yep, straight to the face, I see. Oh well, single file. Well, we've had a first injury. Caused me just a bruise to her left leg. And that's a bird's nuts. Followed by oily. It's always oily. Well, look who finally turned up to the front line, Gillette. Anyways, the raiders have gotten a memo now and are now leaving, so that's great. Well, looks like we have a new colonist who wants to join, Une. Press that our test it's level 14. Let's just see what you're like. So no health conditions, so that's great. Can't see violence, psychically sensitive, steadfast, delicate. Double passion and cooking at level 8. Single passion and animals at, level 7. Artistic 14. Double passion and intellectual 10. Double passion. I have a new scientist. So I guess that's great. Well, Blitz is off on a food binge. If Armstrong was, ain't without table. That is a natural still issue in this colony. 20 hours left on the ship reactor startup, and Amenta decided to join the party. And thankfully it's a hallway of traps issue, so that's how I'm gonna treat this one. Anyways, lock the doors and pretend the outside world doesn't exist for right now. Because right now, functionally speaking, it doesn't. Not to us, anyways. Speaking of which, what is in the Manti raid, anyways? Right, I'm looking up in the wrong area. Bunch of scythers down here, and another bunch of scythers up over here. 27 in this batch, and 58 in this batch. Wait, 58 in total. Well, looks like we also have a siege to deal with, on top of the scythers. Well, the two groups meet, in the middle. Oh well, even if they don't, well, I'm gonna make sure they regret their life choices. By, making sure to show them with the monitors that I have built for this explicit purpose. And yep, the two groups are fighting now. Hopefully that was a doomsday rocket launcher. Well, that patch of scythers just went in on the siege. Now, do the other patch of scythers, please. Well, anyways, raiders who decided to siege us are beginning their assault. And of course, half of the raiders went to the other batch of scythers. Oh well. And as this, the scyther raid became a siege issue. And now the scythers made the raiders who was laying siege to us flee. So that's great news for us. 12 hours remaining on the startup sequence on the ship reactor, by the way. And now you have friendlies turning up. Fashionably late, I see. Just to deal with the last few scythers. Regardless, their help is greatly appreciated. And of course, some visitors decided to turn up at this rather awkward time. They even have relationships with their colonists. Jackson and Lucy's son is paying us a visit along with, well, who is also Blight's uncle. Oh boy, what fun, the Blight! Blight! It's just Blight. I guess I say screw you in particular, from the storyteller to Blight, who is your standard classic, by the way. And of course, they got into a bit of a social spat with, Patrol for some reason. Oh dear. Well, Lugerson and Pepper are in a bit of a social spat because of ideology. 4 hours remaining on that chip reactor, by the way. Well, the reactor is ready on day 265. Do I have any guests to worry about? Yeah, I do have guests. Well, I think it's time for the guests to pack up. Right, and it's time for us to also pack up. And yes, we're taking Dino with us, too. Well, now that everybody is loaded, I think it's time to launch this ship. Especially since it's day 365 according to that timer. And that's the timer we are going on up here in the top left. Well, everybody left. So I don't think this, colony is ever coming back. Strudel and Kai were the only casualties, surprisingly. Or did I just not, put Strudel in? Oh dear. Oh well. Well, I think this takes care of this playthrough. So yeah, even the mod authors get some credit. So So like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video and its playlist all over social media if want to about the channel and the algorithm for free. And I will see you in the next one tomorrow, whenever that one is posted. Usually 1:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. At least that's the schedule I like to keep to. So yeah, that's this, Tawny finished.